blast off.
Hi, everybody. We're Girls Gets Glory.
Hi.
Hi. And you're you. And we're excited to have you here today. As you can see, we have Sin back this week, which should be very exciting. And yeah, so with that, there is one thing to note. We are going to have a raffle today. ! raffle. So make sure that you use that little code there, ! raffle, and somebody will pick you. We today are going to have, not this one, but a fresh, brand new player's handbook just for you. So stay tuned. Who knows when we'll pull. And we also usually stick around during our break and take questions and stuff. So start ruminating.
Also, you have to be in chat in order to win the raffle. So if you just enter the raffle and you win, but you left, you're not going to get the book.
So stick around.
So you gotta stick around.
Yeah.
So you gotta stay with us.
Stay sticky and stick around. Also, we can do it internationally. It doesn't matter if you're domestic or international. It can ship to you all around the world. So we know we have people from like all around the world watching. So
Which we love.
hello.
That's so cool.
Hello,
We're a little
world.
casual today. Usually we're more dressed up, but you know, some days you just
Don't want to
Just
lace
can't.
up the corset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, you know, there's daylight savings, it's darker, we're all enjoying the fall as best we can with the fire. So it's been a bit of a month, and I think we all deserve a little bit of credit here, okay? Yeah.
Since like still like
Yeah.
Sin is
Yeah.
Oh,
But Sin looks great.
magical.
thanks. Yeah, I just had this stuff lying around.
So with that, let's begin. Let me do a quick recap for you guys. A very glossy one and then a little bit more specific. So they are now in Waterdeep and have been for the better part of 6 months. They all finally had gathered together, all doing different sort of own personal agenda items as well as private, you know, kind of trying to figure out if they wanted to pray or join an acting troupe or if they wanted to play chess with an old man. There was just so many things happening, but Dranishka did set sail to try to find a place of peace because of her loved one Walton passing away. So with that, you guys kind of almost clean slate in certain ways have been just kind of trying to get your feet grounded or ungrounded in Waterdeep, which had led to you guys discovering and finding out there was some huge thing going down at the palace. You guys left the abode of Rowan in the Hero's Garden and had made your way towards the palace walls and gates. There was rumors that there was a robbery going on, and you guys had an inkling you might have known who might have done it because you guys actually had some beautiful emerald earrings that appeared to be Laurel Silverhands, the Open Lord of Waterdeep, the person who essentially runs the grounds here. However, not being locals and not really understanding the dangers or the sort of consequences of walking into the palace, they had now been put in the hands of Vita at the request of Captain Farlam, who has made quite cozy with a certain person and has offered her a chance to join the Order of the Gauntlet, which he is a part of, as well as Vita. So after you guys were investigating the nearby marbled home within the palace walls, you guys walked into a tapestry from a trick room full of different colored liquids and had spent most of last session just trying to jump from tapestry to tapestry, that's a hard word to say, tapestry to tapestry into a different, almost dimensional planescape, a two-dimensional planescape where battle was very confusing and different than had been in the past, where damage was taken by unraveling. After going through that triptych after going through that successfully, walking into a huge dining sequence, you guys were all brought out of it by this little band of gnomes in a very dark kitchen, some sort of prep kitchen, where you had met Giles, happy little old Giles, who was actually familiar with Rowan back in the day, had walked through her hometown and had offered him and his band of gnomes to get join together to fight the forces of the evil that was pervading her town, and her leader rejected him. So right now, Rowan's trying to pick up some pieces of that relationship, and Vita is not having any of this. Mm-mm. So we can pick up straight from there, as you guys had prompted Giles with a question. You said right at the end, well, will you help us? Will you join us? Will you be a part of this? And he was contemplating that.
I'd like to roll persuasion on him.
Please do.
18.
18. Okay. So he's sitting there, and he's rallied his 10 gnomes left, and he's there on the table with like faint candlelight behind him glowing, and he goes, "You know, I always knew that somewhere deep in my heart we weren't supposed to be here anymore. We're worked to the bone." As he shows you his hands, and it's literally bone, like against skin.
What?
And the only person who was nice to us was Laurel, but she doesn't really visit that often. She says it's too dangerous and stuff. So, yeah, I'll help you. Now, I don't want to say, there's very few left of us in our clan, as you can see. This is all of us. You remember how big we were? There was like hundreds.
One of the largest clans I've ever seen.
And the other ones, to put down their hat and like look off in the distance. And he goes, "Well, so maybe I'll just go with you. I can help you guys as best I can navigate you through where you are.
I don't trust you. Can we have a bit of a rest here?
Oh, you need to rest up?
A rest? Now? I got bit. I'm low on health. And if I can rest, then I can maybe use some spell slots to heal you.
Oh, well, I certainly think that we, and then you can hear the chattering of like, oh, rest, we can watch them. And he's like looking at you, and he says, I think that we can provide you guys a safe spot, but if you're telling me that somebody, broke in, and, well, we should take shifts here. That's nerve-wracking. And he just points his finger again at the culprit, the one gnome who slept on the job when he wasn't supposed to, and he just, like, one big gushy tear rolls down his eyes. And Giles feels bad, hops off, and, like, tries to take care of the situation, turns back to you. As you can see, we've all been through a lot. So maybe you guys can take the shifts and we can try to get sleep too?
Sure.
Because we're real tired. We haven't had like a full night's sleep and who knows how long. I don't even know if it's day or night anymore.
Actually, I don't know either. We've just come out of the tapestry where it seems to be day.
That's true.
Anywho, have a nap. I'm going to talk with Vita.
Right, sounds good. So they start to prep you guys like some just very basic food. Like the bread here is a bit stale. It's clearly just made like a stone bread.
If we're gonna have a rest, I could bake some food for all of us.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, so you walk over to him and you start to prep food?
And I just do it with my spell, create food and water.
What do you create?
I create a feast. I make sure that there's some acorn mash for Rowan.
Gnome specialty.
And all the other gnomes. And I ask what their favorite things are, and I make sure that everyone gets a special treat for helping us.
Oh, well, that is just lovely. You go through each one, and it's almost like a scene from, a better scene from The Sound of Music with everyone introducing their names all at once. And then they speak about what they want. It's like Seven Dwarfs.
I love this. Can we make it a song?
Sure. Ellie,
I'll
do you want to
start-
play some chords? Do you happen to have your instrument with you? This is going to be great. Okay, 1 second.
My name is Fauna, and I like sweets. So I'm gonna make myself some cookies for me. Now everyone else sing their favorite things in your name.
My name's Heffa, and I like cake. My name's Rita, and I like to bake. My name's Hithy, give me a treat. My name's Sevi, I want a sweet. Oh, gnomes, 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 gnomes. Gnomes, 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 gnomes. It is slightly distorted and wonderful.
We can hear her so far away.
I'm telepathically sending
I
music.
feel as if Lilith is here with us now. Where did that music come?
Yeah, they're all a little freaked out by that, but they were all like doing stomp with their forks and their knives and their bowls and their pots and their pans, and they're all singing their songs and just jumping around. And they're actually ruining some of the food, but as they hit it, it like ricochets into the other gnome's mouth as that gnome is eating. It's a ridiculous scene. So while this is happening, Fauna, Rowan, you pull Vita aside.
I know you're really not digging this idea.
Mm-mm.
I can tell it just oozes off of you. However, worst case
Calm
scenario,
that down then.
they get sent right back here. Worst case scenario, they're right back where they began. Best case scenario, they help us.
I think that there's something behind what they are doing, though. How do you know that they're not involved in this robbery?
I rolled an insight check on them.
In Rowan's words, I looked deep into their eyes and they seemed authentic.
Yeah.
I still don't trust them. So fine.
I'd like to persuade you.
Can I, resist this?
You can
That
roll
would be a
insight.
2.
You can roll an insight.
Also, you may not remember, but Moira, she did
The zone of truth.
sort of
You rolled a 2.
Not resisting that at all.
Vita, darling,
Peter was
I did
outside
use-
the zone, if you guys remember that, though.
Yeah, but that's not.
Running ahead.
I used the zone of truth on them, which is what I'm saying, not on you, obviously. But they did not say that they were involved in the robbery when I asked. When prompted, they told the truth. They had to.
Fair
Magically.
Still don't trust them.
You trust Rowan.
Yeah,
Like, you're like,
yeah,
okay,
that's
she
what-
seems authentic enough. I've been through a tapestry or two with her. But, with these gnomes, you can conclude whatever you wish, but your job is to arrest anyone suspicious, so.
Fine, we'll put them ahead of us.
Quite right. And now, what's your favorite food? I'll have fun. I'll whip you up a batch.
So I secretly really love donuts.
What kind?
Jelly-filled donuts.
Fauna,
yes.
With powder.
could we please have some jelly-filled donuts with powdered sugar, the really cool kind that melts on your tongue?
And
the
whipped cream.
Whipped cream on the side.
This is for Vita.
And a cherry.
It is, and she would like a cherry. I don't know on the top or the side. Better do both.
Whatever Vita wants, I will bake her, and I'll bake it perfect.
Thank you. I know I can count on you.
So let's have just a performance check to see how well you make these donuts for Vita. I'll give you advantage.
11.
Okay, you make the best version of a donut you can, but you accidentally put jelly. You make a jelly filling, a cherry jelly filling instead of putting the cherry outside. You accidentally put the whipped cream inside of it, but it's kind of like your own invention. It's like a donut filled with whipped cream and jelly.
I did my best.
It's an all-in-one.
Take a bite of it. Ah, what? Dude, there's whipped cream inside it.
That's the surprise.
Surprise, as all the gnomes start to sing surprise all around you and start dancing in unison.
It's quite good. Thank you. And I gorge.
She said it was good.
So you guys eat and you dine and you're resting up. Does anybody else wish to talk to anyone else before you guys try to recover for the night?
I'd like to do some healing
Okay.
on the gnomes. Especially Giles with his little fingers.
Yes, as you go around and you just try to make sure that they're all full to their fullest potential. A lot of their conditions or illnesses might be beyond just standard healing, or just recovery. Just do a medicine check for me.
I was thinking some lesser rest. Oh God, it's 1.
A 1.
Go away.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna say that you don't even know what illness they might have. I am gonna say with a 1, you probably cast one healing spell, maybe a cure wounds, and it just doesn't work at all. So you lose that spell slot or something like that for a moment. Do you have any spell slots left with a 1?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I have all my spell slots. I just want to rest because I am low on health.
Yeah. So you try to help them. Doesn't
Okay.
seem like it's an easy thing to fix. This might be a food thing where they need to eat better for 4 months and sleep well. So you rest up and go to bed. Okay. So as you guys are going to take a short or a long rest, what's your decision here?
Long.
I kind of need one.
The time?
I kind of need one.
Okay.
I don't know if we have the time, but
We'll try.
if we need just a short rest, that's fine.
Try take a long one, see what happens.
Okay. Sounds good. And even that being said, I'm going to say that you guys do feel in your bodies, you haven't been awake that long. If you remember, you were let out around 10 when the shifts changed. Maybe all of this investigating, as well as what had happened through the tapestries, hasn't taken more than 2 hours. So it's noon. And you guys just had a long rest 3 hours ago. So like it's a midday sleep a snoozy.
Okay, we don't have to.
Maybe
It's just
Short
it's
rest.
it's
Not a
one of
short
those
rest.
things.
I actually don't even know if this is going to help me at all because it didn't last time. So,
I can heal you.
I don't want you to waste your spell slots.
I just used one for food, but that was fun.
Don't worry about me.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give you. Wait, that's up to what did it.
Yeah, don't worry about me. We can take a short rest and I can use one of my health die if that'll work.
Yeah. You guys also, Vita, you know you're on a clock too. Like, Captain Farlam let you guys go with like a hint, but it's up to you, and you also know that these are all currently technically suspects within your case as well. So if you're like away from the palace walls too long and not back out, who knows what could happen. It's
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
okay. You cast it successfully, it's fine. You rest up and you just try to recover for an hour, and you do feel your body start to take shape and reform. You see some of the bruises that you had are starting to swell away, like kind of swell up and then dissipate. So however many hit dice you guys would like to roll, as well as whatever short rest conditions that you guys have, you successfully rest for a full hour and eat up food and have a very jolly luncheon. All right.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That's fine.
as that's happening, Lilith, you have been riding on the back with the wind in your face with Mr. Hopkins for some time now. As this flying squirrel has been jumping from cobblestone to cobblestone, from like rooftop to rooftop, and you've been holding on the best you can as he's jumping. However, the direction he's taking you in seems quizzical. Not certain where he's hopping to. It looks like he's going back towards the hero's garden. He brings you through like a little iron rock gate of it and starts to hop through the hero's garden, but past Rowan's tree.
So, Mr. Hopkins, my question is, can he understand me?
It seems like there's a mode of communication that is present, at least a version of it.
Okay. Are we going back to the treehouse for sustenance? Oh, okay. I think this might be the wrong way. I think
He like takes a moment. He like makes you slide off his back so he can get better communication with you.
And are we about the same size now?
You are still
as
the
each
same.
other?
Yep, just about the same size.
I'm a little smaller.
Yeah, he's a solid like 10 inches, and you're like 9 right now.
Okay.
And he turns towards you and he's like,
You want me to trust you? I want to eat you, but I guess I have to return you to Rowan, so that's not an option. I don't know what that means. We're running in circles? Yes, I agree. Fine. I hop on his back.
he keeps running forward. About a minute or two pass, and you see him hop into what you swear is this bush, but you had never noticed that there's a massive hole in the ground, and he just like A-lines it into the hole with you on his back.
Criminy! What is this? I've never been inside a tunnel so small.
Your dark vision kind of adjusts as he's like hopping in a way that only maybe he understands whatever this underground tunnel is, but it's definitely squirrel sized. And as he's kind of navigating through it, suddenly a faint glow in a distance appears, and you're like, where is he taking me in this underground network of tunnels? And he kind of pauses for a moment and then stops and then looks to you and goes,
So I'm gonna get off of his back.
He seems to want to communicate something along the lines of like, be ready, or like, just you're about to go into something.
Be chill.
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow. No.
And he like tries to back it out of your hands.
No. Okay.
And then he like hops.
I'm just gonna let you do the talking. I need to curtsy. I don't curtsy.
So you hop back on his back and he jumps forward. As the glow kind of gets stronger and stronger and you make it down this tunnel, you now see what opens up into a very large, carved out underground village for squirrels. It is the most ridiculous thing that you've ever seen. All of the lights are glowing from acorns. So there's acorn lights everywhere and walnut, like acorns glowing. It's this acorn palace. And there's probably, as you're walking in, you see at least 50 to 60 squirrels initially just in the town square, trading different nuts with one another. Some are offering peanuts, some have almonds. There's clearly some sort of transaction occurring. And within all of these little nut transactions, all of the homes themselves are built in a very almost like a mini nutty forestscape. So the homes themselves are shaped after different nuts and homes. And he just kind of stops as you kind of, your eye opens up into this. There's a series of what appear to be long branches that have all been kind of put together that lead to these different homes, almost as if it's a branch of a tree extending out. And there is like a little bit of a town square, nut square going on in the center. And yeah, this is an underground cave of dwarves, not dwarves, squirrels. There's an underground section area for squirrels. As he's just like asking you to hop off his back, and he's like,
Did I take drugs? Did I drink any of the other potions and I just don't remember? The pink water or the green? Was there a green one? Orange? This is your home. This is your people.
and you hear him kind of like wave to somebody as like one of these squirrels just walks by, and you see the two of them chatting, and they're like having a real good conversation, and you can see like, and then Mr. Hopkins just goes, and
Stop pointing at me.
you walk out, and these other squirrels like,
Why are they?
and you hear a whistle as Mr. Hopkins is like, and about 20 other squirrels all like rush up. And right now there's just on one of these branches, all of these squirrels perching and looking down at you and Mr. Hopkins.
Hello.
A nut falls out of one of their mouths.
I pick it up and just put it back in. Yeah. We come in peace. Although I'm very hungry right now, but it's besides the point. We are trying to find our friends who look like me more so than
And
him.
Mr. Hopkins is like translating as all the squirrels are like nodding. And he's like,
We got separated. They hopped into a tapestry. And now we don't know where they
Mr.
are.
Mr. Hopkins like slowly puts your arms down, like, and like they're all nodding and like, oh, and you can hear like a couple of squirrel like, oh, like like little like interpretive grunts and sighs.
Perhaps you could all come with us and help us find my troop.
Roll a persuasion check.
He's a little army of squirrels and gnomes. This is like the cutest.
Ooh. 24.
A 24.
I'm very persuasive.
So as you say that, they all kind of look towards one another, but then all turn together as one squirrel walks into the center, like with a huge squirrely, like he's a bigger one too. And he has this necklace full of all different nuts of all different trees. And he's wearing this big hat that like comes out from all these different leaves. And he's just got these beady eyes, and he walks forward very slowly.
Mr. Hopkins, please tell this squirrel chief that. Oh, please tell this squirrel chief that his headdress is very lovely.
And so this like very intense looking squirrel just like walks forward slowly and looks down at you, Mr. Hopkins, and goes. And Mr. Hopkins is like. And this squirrel just goes.
Mr. Squirrel Chief,
He looks back at you like,
what? What did I say?
and there's like a 3-minute dialogue of him talking to all of his people, and like you're just there like, what is happening? But as he makes his big speech, you hear like squirrel cheers, and like nuts get thrown at his feet at one point. And Mr. Hopkins like is really looking at those nuts, but then just keeps his eyes forward.
Seems like this is going good.
And then this giant squirrel king turns towards you and goes, and cheers, and then he breaks off a nut in his hand and then like crushes it, and then it glistens all over you. But as you do so, you suddenly feel like a little different. You're not certain what it is.
Squirrel magic.
Blessed by the
Squirrel magic. Am I a squirrel?
You said it out loud. Mr. Hopkins just goes, no, you're not a squirrel.
It's a comprehend language!
Oh my god. I can speak squirrel! This is amazing! Okay, Chief.
The chief is just like,
So thank you so much for your magic.
You're welcome.
Yes. So I don't know if you heard Mr. Hopkins say, but
Yes.
I'm wondering if maybe just a couple hundred of your best men and women, transgendered is fine. It doesn't matter.
Squirrel people of all
Squirrel
sorts.
people of all squirrel types
Yes.
and varieties, if they could accompany me on this voyage of finding my friends. There's somewhere in the maybe in the castle.
Person, you've been invited into our world.
Great. And I'm so thankful.
So
for
yes,
that.
of course we'll help you.
Oh,
and everyone starts cheering. And Mr. Hopkins is just like, oh, thank God. I always knew you could do it, Lilith.
Really? That's your voice? Oh, I really had you pegged for something else, but wow.
Shall
Okay.
we go?
Yes.
Squirrel
Immediately.
friends, the time has come. We must save Rowan and the others. As they all begin to cheer. And he looks at you and he goes, are we ready?
Is it weird that I kind of find him attractive? I'm attracted to a squirrel.
I'm gonna cry.
Let's go.
Tally ho! And he just like, everyone cheers and they start to like pile out from different holes as he whistles. And the king just is, it's just like gracefully letting you all go.
I would like to I'd like to give the chief I don't really have a lot to give, but I want to give him something. A song. A song. Okay.
Squirrel song for the Squirrel King.
So he like looks at you and then is like kind of like confused about what this is.
Thank your squirrels on an adventure, but I'll bring them back with pie and leather made of not things that are. It'll be vegan, I promise.
Squirrel, 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 squirrels. And everyone starts to sing. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. And they're dancing. And they're all dancing and jumping around, squirrels of all different sorts and races and creatures with their nuts above their head dancing. And they use their shakers, like they have shakers in the nuts too. It's a whole scene. But as this happens and they all applaud rapturously, you get offered so many nuts on the way that you don't know what to do with it.
My cheeks are just full of acorns and almonds and
Yeah, I'm gonna say that
I'm starting to take on squirrel like mannerisms.
Yes.
Now that I've been initiated.
Yeah. Fantastic. So your cheeks are just full of as many nuts as you can foster. And Mr. Hawkins is like, Rowan, we don't have much time. We need to leave. On my back you go.
I'm not Rowan.
You're not Rowan. As he just like a single tear.
I'm Lilith.
Well, let's find her then, shall we? And so you hop on his back, and he starts to jump out as a party of squirrels follow you out. Meanwhile, just side the same way. That was amazing.
Love it.
So as that scene is happening, the rest of you guys have successfully had an hour-long short rest. Feel a bit better, charged up, and Vita's just been staying on guard. Giles took a restful nap. All of them have been sleeping for about an hour, but he kind of stirs awake at the hour's end and sits up and looks to you all.
So, if we're going to leave, again, I think maybe it's just me that should go, because all these other gnomes here, they need their rest, and if someone could stay behind, or we can wake up one of them at least to keep watch, but we don't really want anyone going through that tapestry. It's kind of our.
What if we give your guard, the poor wee lad, weeping in the corner? He'll never fuck it up again, I promise. Look at his poor precious face. He'll never make a mistake like that. I say it would restore clan friendliness. So give him one more chance to redeem himself.
He's like lying there, and he's got like these, that gnome that he had been so upset with, these rosy cheeks, and then like one bubble that's just expanding and contracting as he's sleeping. And he looks to him and he goes,
Well, if you think so, but he really messed up, so.
He really did, and that's why
If
he'll
he
never
messes
do it
up again, I'm gonna be angry.
I'll be right there with you, man.
Okay. As long as you understand the consequences.
yes.
I'd like to go to the one that's like freaked out.
So they're all asleep right now, but the one that's interacting with them is Giles. The one who freaked out last time is sleeping with a big bubble.
That's great. I'm gonna go over to him
Okay.
and kind of like whisper to him, like, "You've absolutely got to do this correctly. I know that you are asleep right now, but trust me when I say this, you're gonna know exactly what to do." And I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
Oh, you're gonna give him bardic inspiration?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
A little
So you turn
motivational
this up?
speaking there.
Is it a 1d8 for you, or is it a 1d6?
1d6, I believe.
1d6.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So he like takes a moment, and you can hear like his eyes open up ever so slightly, like a dream state, and he's like, and he just goes back to bed, and the bubble continues to expand and contract. But you think at least he heard it and has
good.
now gotten bardic inspiration for at least a little bit. So
Giles, do you people have any weapons?
We have forks and knives.
Okay.
And a small dagger. All of us. I made sure of it, because sometimes it's hard to cut lemons a certain way, so you need a really sharp dagger.
Understandable. Before we leave, whoever you choose to wake up and have guard, if it's the one with the snot, I'm going to give them my extra scimitar, so they have a weapon, just in case.
That's very kind of you. I think that we could do well with a weapon. We're not really people who like war anymore. We lost a lot of ours because of it. But, okay.
To keep them safe.
Yeah. I think we're at this point where we just can't. We have to do something, and especially if we're all going to be thrown in jail and put on the crucifix because there's been a robbery in the palace, we might as well go down with a bang, right?
Oh boy, well, I hope it doesn't
I'm
come to
really
that.
hoping that doesn't come to that.
I'm gonna go wake up the one that has the bardic inspiration.
Okay,
Fucked
sounds good.
up.
The bubble.
Sweetheart,
Yes.
we're going to be leaving, and we're going to leave you on watch. You can do this, eh? You can do this. It's perfectly fine. And I'm going to let you borrow my lucky scimitar. It has served me very well. It is my oldest friend, and I think that it will do you justice.
There's like that aliens from Toy Story. Oh, as everybody's looking at it, and he just is like, he throws it up in the air, and they all cheer for a second. And he's like,
Just like that. You'll know what to do.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Keep yourself safe.
I will protect everybody.
You will.
Not like last time when I fell asleep on the job and then made the palace robbery happen.
as they all cheer.
Oh, you cheer for everything, don't you?
They seem pretty cheery, especially after that song.
Okay, don't fall asleep.
All right. So you feel
Give
like
him some chocolate covered
you.
coffee.
So you give them chocolate, coffee beans. They have extra food from Create Food and Water. They seem actually in good spirits compared to when you initially first walked in, when they were covered in soot, looked exhausted and tired, and stressed out. So at least you're leaving them better than you had entered. As Giles just kind of cleans himself off, seems to throw on some sort of cape, and readies himself with some of his weapons, and just like nods to you all.
Cake like that?
Yeah, you like my cake? Yeah. It's a special one. My mom made it.
And he shows you in the back, and it's
Of course she did.
classic gnome stitching. What do you guys like to do? Follow Giles out? Because he's ready to go.
Sure.
Perhaps
I'm gonna
Giles
be-
Giles should chat with Vida and figure out the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I unfortunately there's a reason why we're here. So we've been trying to appease some people within the Undermountain. There's a lot of, dangerous things in this place. But there's a network of different corridors, and I think I know how to get out. We actually had been shoved into this newer location, and Laurel was trying to help us out, find a way out, which is why she gave us the tapestry to begin with. We're kind of friends of hers.
Mm-hmm.
So if we leave, we're kind of putting ourselves in jeopardy. But if we're able to find my boss and talk with him, then there might be a way at least we can get some more information for you all about who might have came up here. Because he's the only person who knows about this.
And where is he at?
He's pretty far down in the Undermountain. Right now we're on the 3rd tier. But he's all the way down to 6th, and I don't really know how to get up and down. He usually sends someone to talk with us.
Fair enough. Do you know at least where they leave from?
As in my boss? Or the servants?
The servant, the one who comes and talks to you.
He often comes from. I tried to send one of my gnomes out after him to try to track him down. I know that we have to go out, we have to turn left, and we have to go downstairs and turn right and turn right. But that's all I know. So at least I can get us one floor. But then they usually disappear, or there's some sort of code or something, and we can't really get past that area.
Well, then I say that's a start. We try that.
Yeah? Okay. Be real quiet.
As he begins to open the door and slowly make his way out.
Not a bad idea. I cast Pass Without Trace.
Sounds good. You kept that on everybody, right? Up to 10
Yeah.
creatures?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So that's going to give all of you guys a check and plus 10, correct? Great. So let's do that. Let's roll.
Stealth.
Stealth check as you guys are trying to make your way very quietly. And I'll go around the table.
Wait, is it our
Plus 10.
modifier and then plus 10, or is
Yeah.
it just plus 10?
Yeah, your modifier plus 10. So like a regular roll plus
Oh,
10, which
geez.
is great.
Oh, okay. 26.
26.
18.
18.
14.
29.
33.
Okay, Giles rolled like a 24. So, you guys are all very quietly walking forward. Rowan is being a little noisier than you would expect, asking some questions along the way. just maybe a question or two.
So, remind me again, is his name Whiny, the demented-looking elf we're looking for?
I don't really know what you guys. Again, he whines a lot, but we should probably be quiet in the hall. That's why we call him Whiny, because he's mean to us, remember? But you're being a little loud, Rowan.
And so with that, you like slowly close your mouth as he follows you, and he pats you on the back, gnome style, and it's like, and then you continue down the hall. As that is occurring, you guys are able to make it down the main hallway. You turn the left. You catch a staircase that goes down. Staircase looks pretty, all things considered, newer, maybe, as if this is some sort of wooden slabs. Can I have you guys all roll perception checks as you're walking down the stairs?
Woo, natural 20.
Nice.
12.
6.
18.
16.
16. Okay.
Come on.
Anybody above a 15 there, it's harder to kind of see beyond just what's in these hallways. They're pitch black. Let me mention this too. So if you don't have some sort of version of dark vision here, you're holding on to a friend and you're just pushing against walls and trying to be as quiet as possible, which I think would be Rowan and Moira.
I don't have.
Oh, you don't have dark vision?
I do have dark.
Oh, you do. Great.
I have dark vision.
Anybody who has it is able to see much better in the halls. Otherwise, you guys are just trying to be quiet and inconspicuous because you're catching that there is no light in these hallways. But anybody who had rolled above a 15 and has dark vision, you're able to see that as you walk down the staircase, there is a kind of weaker floor, maybe a newer one. You guys avoid that one and stop over it.
Your step right there.
Mm-hmm. As you go over the creaky staircase, you catch that though it turns right here, there's a right turn right off that. There is a corridor that goes straight as well. And as you're looking down the corridor, you swear you see shadows moving or some sort of creatures. So quickly, you turn right. And Giles catches this and his breath's like, oh, and like he just makes a hard right. As you guys make a hard right and kind of press against the walls there, you can hear that the creatures or the shadows are approaching. What do you guys want to do?
Divine sense.
Okay. The distance is 60 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So, as you open up your divine sense, knowing that they're pushing closer towards 60 feet, they were about a little further away than that, but they're getting close to 60 feet.
Yeah, it is 60 feet. Celestial fiend, undead.
Okay. You don't pick up on any of that.
Okay.
You just, nothing. No ping.
Cool.
Are we in the shadows?
Yeah, you're like super in the shadows. You can
Okay.
kind of hear footsteps
I think-
walking from a distance.
What's the order that we're walking in?
Yeah, that's up to you guys right now because you guys are all pushing to the right. I'm gonna say Giles is leading because he knows best. But otherwise, we can set up on this if you guys want to do something about it. You guys want to?
On
Okay.
my shoulder.
Yes, I can be on your shoulder.
Since I don't have dark vision,
Yeah.
Lala is going to be on my shoulder, but I'm going to be like right up next to Giles.
Okay, sounds good. So real quickly, this can be the hard right, and this I actually have my awesome weather race.
I'm holding on to Rowan.
All
We should
right.
have her kinda like-
So this is the corridors themselves are about no more than 10 feet wide. They're actually pretty big, all things considered. You guys have made your way down a staircase here. So this is a staircase. There is a hard right here that you guys are making your way down. And then the corridor continues all the way.
Where
Super far
the
down.
figures coming from?
They are coming down the hallway this way.
From there.
So, you guys all together, including I have a little Giles here. I pulled him out. There we go. Giles leading the way right here in the hallway. Moira, you're nearby Lala, you said?
That's not my
Sorry, this is, where did you want to be, Vita?
I want to be as close to the shadowy people. Yeah,
Sounds good. Moira, you are nearby Lala?
Mhm.
And
She's good.
he's leading the way. Rowan, would you be near Giles? Giles probably is two known
I
friends.
think I'm bringing up the rear, but I have Fauna
Okay.
like kind of scooted in front
Yeah,
of me,
in
so
front.
she's not on the end.
So it's kind of like that, like the six of you all right there, and Lilith's riding Mr. Hopkins far in the distance, but nobody knows yet. So this is kind of the setup. Now the two creatures that seem to be making their way down the hall are coming in this direction and just starting to hit the cusp of that divine sense, which would be 60 feet, right? So, 55. Solid. Nice counting, Kelly. That was just estimating. So right on the cusp of that, you had cast it and picked up on that. All right. What do you guys want to do?
Hey,
I have some ideas.
I say I would just freeze and hope they pass and not see us if we're tucked inside
Yeah.
with
Okay.
pass without trace.
All right. And Vita, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna actually just kind of like start meditating. I'm getting a spell ready just in case.
Sounds
To
good.
attack.
And what spell are you prepping?
Silence.
Solid. Okay. So you're
Magic.
prepping silence. You're getting ready for that, which you will likely lose the slot since you're on the brink and ready for
Yeah.
that. They begin to make their way down. Can I have all of you guys roll a stealth check again to try to be as quiet as possible? Nat 20 for Giles.
21.
22.
28.
34.
24.
24. Okay.
Stealthy.
Yeah, pass without trace is the best.
It is the best.
So
Oh no.
as they're making their way down, you can hear them whispering to one another, very faintly in Elvish. Who here speaks Elvish?
Oh damn, Sylvan.
I do.
Okay.
Oh, I
You should
do.
have more like
Duh.
Super Elvish.
Oh yeah, duh.
So, what you can catch on the cusp of their discussion, whoever these creatures are, is some sort of frustration. They're like bickering or being upset about something they've been tasked to do. It sounds work related, and you can just hear them talking to another. One's like, "Oh, I know, why are we always just having to go up and down and just take tads? It's exhausting, and I'm exhausted because I need answers, don't you?" And the other one's like, "I agree. Like at this point, I'm ready to pull the trigger." And so, as they're walking down,
Can
They
you
get
see what they look like? Well, I can't because I don't
not
have
where
time.
you are currently, and they were in dark, dark shadows. There is no light. As they get to about here, down the hallway, one of them stops and goes, "Hey, I hear something." And the other one, "I did too." It's 2 nat 20s.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh my god.
yeah,
Oh my god.
on perception.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
I just
Nice.
rolled 3
Which
nat
dice
20s in a
were you
row.
using?
That's
Can we
fine.
borrow that? See it?
Can we borrow
For a
it
minute?
for a second? Just for like a
No players.
So
No.
upon hearing that,
Yeah, and you can hear them. They verbally said, "I hear something."
I'm definitely letting go and casting silence.
All right, sounds good. So let's roll initiative then.
Sorry,
As that
guys.
begins.
Oh, I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
Let me find some fun.
It rolled into dice jail.
Music.
It rolled really
Well,
well.
this is the time to roll a 1 if I'm gonna roll a 1.
It's true.
17.
Cool. Well, this is like fun music here.
Unnatural 20.
Get it
Oh,
going.
nice. All right. Well, I need my pen out. Sorry, guys. I was busy
Your
marking
dex
them
check
down.
is, what's your dex bonus?
So-
It's 2, right? 2. Oh yeah, you're going first.
Initiative
Oh,
order.
now this one.
I just rolled another nat 20.
What's with you in the 20s?
Hell.
I just rolled 4 nat 20s in a row. I'm not even joking with you guys.
Hopefully this is
Are
the
you
beginning
sure?
of
I
that.
don't like. Can we
luck.
Can
Yeah.
we?
Look at it.
Juju.
I see it. You see it.
I think there's a nat 20. There's a 4. I've watched.
Insane. Anyway,
I'm
all
not
right.
saying
So
it.
And I'm right, like, no.
this is not a good sign. Those are high rolls for me. Okay, Mr.
And
Mr.
Vita's gonna
President.
die
Well, we
now.
got 20s too.
Oh well, 20 above. So who 20 up? Anyone?
We're both.
Unnatural 20.
And then add your modifiers on top of that, on top of the nat 20. Because don't forget in initiative order, nat 20.
No, I'm not. Unnatural.
Neither
Oh,
of us are
unnatural. Unnatural.
dirty.
Okay.
We're both dirty
Okay,
20.
you're both dirty 20s. Got it. Making sure one. Making sure.
But she's probably gonna go first for dex
Um,
bonuses too.
And then
I feel like a ninja.
My
initiative is
20 was you,
Oh, that's
Fauna, and
fun.
20 was you. So
Yeah.
2020. Got it. Hindsight 2020.
Nice.
And Moira. And 20 to 15.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, boy.
15 to 10.
Oh my god.
And 10 below. What did you guys get?
7.
I got 14.
Oh, you got 14.
Sorry,
Okay,
yeah.
no, it's okay. And what did you get again? 7?
7.
5.
7.
I was so preoccupied meditating that I did not realize.
Well, it's the time to
It
roll
is.
one.
If
But
you're
now
gonna do
you're
it.
going to.
However,
You are
because of their high perception check, you had no reaction to that. So
Okay.
like their reaction was so like they had picked up so quickly as you had cast that spell that this just their nat 20s is going to make it. So you're able to prep and ready silence, but they're ahead of you guys right
Okay.
now. So they both go first. So both of them rush down.
Oh no.
And just. By the way, it's a 20-foot radius sphere, so anything that has to do with a verbal component, casting-wise, won't work.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well,
And she's prepping that spell, but they run down knowing that something had stirred, and they're familiar with whatever that sound was. They rush down, they turn the corner, and they spot you all.
So wait, your silence hasn't gone off yet, though.
No,
Not yet.
No, because they both rose nat 20, so they heard her cast, like try to prep the spell. So it's just gonna unleash once it hits her turn.
but if your spells are VSM, you at least have 2 of those. So you can do material and somatic, whatever hand gestures you need to do. Do the.
All right. So that being said, you guys doing the hand gestures now? We
I don't know why, but that is the one hand gesture that has stuck with me since
been all
childhood.
day.
Yeah,
all
I
day, these
will remember it till I die.
wonderful hand gestures. Born to hand jive, baby. Let me find.
It's okay. You
where
can do
is it?
spells that are VM.
If you no, you have to have 2. So if it's VSM, as long as you have S and M, you'll be okay. You can do the hand gesture and the material.
Oh,
V is the voice one,
Mm-hmm.
so we can't do any V.
I
Unless
am
we also
having
have
some technical
Basically
issues.
forcing you all to be real
One
quiet so that
moment.
nobody else can hear that this
Yeah.
fight's about to happen.
I'm
That's
having
really
technical
smart.
issues, you guys. Keep talking.
It's all good. We're
Yeah.
somewhat strategizing.
Yeah,
Here's
and if you
the-
want,
I
it's
don't
a
know.
20. It's a 20.
20
Radius?
foot,
20 foot radius?
yes,
There
sphere.
it
If you want to be able to cast spells, get out of that 20 foot radius.
There it is.
Yep.
I almost lost all my
20 foot radius
markings.
from you or
Yes.
from a
Yeah.
point?
Well, it's a sphere, so
I feel like
it's
she
not,
would have told the rest of us that she was doing it.
Yes.
Because that's, I mean, if you're a spellcaster,
Cool.
that's a big deal.
All right,
Because you
so
won't be able to cast spells.
You guys would have probably seen me crouch down and like prepared for something.
you guys have a feeling. You can maybe even tell from the sound and the rushing that they are clearly like something's coming from the way that they were talking and the movement of their feet. So, as this is happening, they one of them turns the corner, and this one, who seems to have gone the fastest, the quickest, turns, has very long white hair and white skin, white hands, and looks at you all, confused, and just unleashes a spell out, like in confusion. So,
Doesn't he to say it?
yeah, he's probably gonna try to say it.
It works both ways.
Yeah,
But
because you
silence
weren't
hasn't
able,
happened yet, right?
you weren't able to unleash the spell
Oh,
because they had caught it too quickly.
They rolled 20s.
Yeah.
Ow.
So I need all of you guys to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie.
However,
We need to make a...
because some of you don't have dark vision, you can't see what he's doing. So if you do not have dark vision, you do not need to make the save. You automatically
Because
save.
it's-
Oh,
Oh,
great.
you automatically
But-
save.
You're gonna automatically
Oh,
save if you don't have dark vision because you cannot see what he's doing. So
Well,
12,
12.
12.
12.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's
Oh my god, something's weird.
yeah, and I believe that
wait,
is
you all get to
failures.
add 3. If you're within 10 feet of me, you get to add 3 to your roll.
So
Because
that
I
would
have
be all
aura
you
of
guys.
protection.
That would be all of us
That'd be
15
all of you.
now.
15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still doesn't save. So
Oh,
all of you
son of a ding
guys
dong.
who are able to be, you are now considered charmed.
Wait, but what if you have advantage against being charmed?
You should
Oh,
have advantage
yeah.
then. Roll your advantage if you have it. You're an elf, so
Oh,
you should have it too.
damn it.
What do I need to roll?
advantage.
How do I know?
I don't think halflings or gnomes have it. It's elves.
Okay.
I'm sticking with my 15.
Did you add your 3?
19.
19, okay. And what did you roll?
I don't think I
Oh, you
have
don't have it because you're an elf. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, so as this happens, oh, and poor Kyle has to roll too. Ooh. Okay, so yeah, he for a moment is this, as you guys see what looks like, it's very hard to gauge, but it's like dancing lights or something where they're like, there's this pattern that starts to almost envelop you all. And it's very hard not to watch and be kind of entranced by this. So you are considered charmed, which means that you are considered incapacitated and have a speed of 0. So just so everyone knows, incapacitated, because it can get very confusing, is you cannot take actions or reactions. You are just...
But I can receive damage.
Mhm.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If I were to cast something that says that's... Oh, wait. Hang on. Never mind this. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Never. I answered my own question.
Oh, it's fine. There's so many things to do.
So wait,
things
when they're charmed, do they at the beginning of each of their turn, can they try to roll another wisdom, or how does that work?
I'm
Yeah.
looking at right now at the spell.
You get to roll because this... I have protection from evil and good, and it says... if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw.
There are no saves for this. It's a 1 minute duration. So for 1 minute, you are just considered charmed. Now
Wait,
there
I thought
are things.
someone charmed me before when we were on the ship.
There's
and I
different.
had to-
There's different
Oh,
spell
yeah.
castings. This is this particular spell. That's why they cast it. I actually, as a player, often like to use this one. So it is a thing to note, though, that it will end on you if damage happens to you, or if somebody might do something to try to shake you out of the stupor. But that's going to take their full action to, like, shake you out of it, okay? So there are ways to counteract this spell. All right, so that is their turn. The other one turns the corner and very confused about what's happening and who you are. They don't even recognize any of you, I'm going to say, probably initially. I guess they're just going to try to do... Hello, 1,000 tabs open, Kelly. It's so fun. There it is. All right. So this one, turning towards you, doesn't really know what to do. I guess it's just going to make an attack because you're strangers. Okay. This one is going to attack Rowan.
No, she's charmed.
As their eyes go out at you. I mean, that's
It's
good
gonna
because
break
it'll
your
shake her
charm.
out of it. All right. That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
How close
Okay.
is she to me?
She is
She's right
10
there.
feet away.
10 feet. Okay. Sorry.
And then the second to hit is a 15.
Well, my armor class is 15.
I always forget if it hits your AC. I'm fairly certain it does not hit, right?
No, I think it does.
Is it the attacking party that gets the? I never remember this,
I'm
and I'm a
pretty
DM.
sure, yeah.
I've been a DM for 5 years.
If you-
and I still
if
don't
you-
remember.
Hit the number, you're still on that threshold.
I see, and then spell save is if you hit the save, it's the opposite way. D&D sometimes. So okay, cool. So then that is 2 hits. Sweet. So
Unsweet.
Unsweet.
Unsweet. All right. So that the initial hit is 11 piercing damage. So as this is a very interesting sensation you're gonna feel. So bites into you and latches on, and as it's beginning to bite into you harder,
No, it's what happened.
your charisma score goes down by 3 points. Like as you're getting bit, you just feel
Oh my
less and
God.
less charming.
What is
As you catch that your
I'm
body
like -4 now.
begins, as your body begins to like bubble up. What is your charisma score right now?
My charisma score? Is it
Yeah.
like my modifier?
No. So
What is
what is your
my-
score?
So -4.
Oh, 8 minus 4.
So your score is 8. So minus what I just rolled was 3, correct? So it's 5.
Okay.
So your charisma is 5 right now, which would make it a -3 modifier.
Okay.
Cool. So you're just like feeling way less charming. So then as this thing bit into you and boils and bubbles start to come onto your body, it's going to lash at you with its hand, which does that's 8 points of slashing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
If you're within 10 feet, you get to add 3.
Okay. But am I within 10 feet?
I think you are.
Okay. So 12 plus 14
Plus 3.
plus 3 is 17.
Okay, so you can feel something from the claws, like something that feels almost like it's tightening up your muscles, but you're able to resist the sensation. As this creature is looking at you, this is a cloaked creature with yellow eyes. Very distinct looking. So, that is their turn.
Well, he can't be the same as the one in the tunnel because the one in the tunnel pinged on my divine senses. Oh shit.
All right, so that is their turn. Fauna.
Oh no. So
That was all their turn.
it's dark.
Yes. Very dark. You
So
can't see anything.
I'm limited by what I could do.
Mhm.
And by her spell hasn't gone off yet.
Not
has
yet.
it? What's nearby me, object-wise? Like,
It's very hard to see your friends. Your friends are nearby you in this dark, dark hallway. You don't have any, there's no source of light right now.
okay, I'm gonna touch the wall behind me. We're up against a wall, right?
What?
There's a wall behind me.
There is a wall behind you, yeah.
I'm gonna touch the wall and cast light.
Okay, solid. So you use that. You light up the wall. The actual hallway is lit now. You guys can much better see these two creatures who are attacking you.
And then that's my action. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to put my spiritual weapon. Right, that's a bonus spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, where is my other page? But I know it's a bonus. Okay, I'm gonna put my spiritual weapon on the guy who's biting Rowan.
Okay, sounds good. And you summon your phoenix,
My phoenix
and you put it right by Rowan.
on the guy. Yeah.
So behind him, maybe to the. You need a little bit of space. There's a little bit of space above him too.
sure.
What would you like above?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
So I'm gonna roll to hit.
All right, sounds good.
10.
10 doesn't hit. So your spiritual weapon goes down, but this creature in this cloak with these eyes is able to kind of use its cloak to whisk away your spiritual weapon as it gets caught up in its cloak. All right.
I can still move it and try again as a bonus.
Next round.
Next round.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
You
it's
can.
not gone forever.
No, not at all. It's summoned and it's still there, and you can use your bonus action to move it and to also swing anytime you would like. All right. So that is your turn, Fauna. Moira.
DM question.
Yeah.
If I used the dreaded spell Moonbeam, from floor to ceiling, it says it's a 40-foot.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
it go through the ceiling, or would it just end floor to ceiling?
I mean, knowing the
She's
spell,
level 7. She has used this
knowing the
enough.
spell,
Please.
it would go through the ceiling.
All right.
And it would it
Cool.
could maybe like not hit the whatever the cobblestone is within the walls here or whatever the dirt is, but it could hit whatever tiers above it. It could
Okay.
or below it,
I'm not
depending on where you
gonna-
place it.
All right. Cool.
It's a big
Awesome.
spell.
I
It's a great spell.
fucking hate this spell.
It's a great spell.
I'm gonna Shield of Faith
Sounds good.
myself and Protection from Evil and Good myself, so I
Mhm.
cannot be charmed.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to move?
Right here, you can move backward. You can move back, but pushing through all your friends might be difficult because of the party order here.
Hang on just a minute. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to just make Misty. No. Then I guess I'll move back a little bit.
All right, sounds good. How many feet do you want to move back?
5.
5?
No. I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
I'm not moving.
So you just stand ground.
Yeah.
Shield
Yeah.
of faith.
I want them
protection
to be within
from
my
good and
aura.
evil. Sounds good.
Actually, can I edge up just a little bit?
In order
Even if
to
it's
do
hard,
so,
I
it
just want
would
to try a little bit.
it would probably. I'm gonna say
Lala's
Lala's
on her-
there.
Lala's
So
on her
you
shoulder.
can-
Lala's on me.
I'm on
She's
her
on my
shoulder.
shoulder.
Yes. I'm gonna say that you're at least there, but to push through Vita right now might.
I just
prove
want to be
difficult.
close to them because I want them to get the full effect of my aura
Yes.
as much as possible.
Yes, it is definitely happening. You feel like all your friends are at least immediately around you here.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Rowan, what do you want to do?
So because I received damage, I'm not charmed anymore, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man. Okay. So I'm there. Okay. Where's your map? I have it over here.
Healed you.
Hang on 1 second. Okay, so
These certain
I'm
spells
gonna-
speaking to you?
yeah, well, it's right by me, right?
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
So I'm gonna pull out some poison spray
Sounds
and
good.
attack it with poison spray.
And poison spray's a cone out, right?
It's a, let's see, 10 feet. You extend your hand toward a creature you can
Yep.
see and project a puff of noxious gas from your palm. They must make a con save.
Okay. Sounds good. And what kind of damage is this?
Poisonous, I
Poison.
believe.
Okay. It makes
Yeah.
a con save of 15.
15. I'm 14.
I will say, as you cast out the spell and the poison kind of comes like past the creature, it seems like the poison didn't even affect it. Like even if it like the poison almost envelops and wraps around it and makes the boils bigger on its body. You can just even see through the layer of clothing that it's wearing that it's like boiling up. Like this thing is unaffected by your poison spray.
Immune to poison. Okay. All right. Then
Do you have a bonus action?
I'm debating whether or not to use it. No, I'll hold off on my bonus action for now.
Sounds good, but you use that spray, and I'll say, like, with your extra time there, you realize that this thing could not take this sort of damage that you attempted to do. All right, so Kyle's is just looking at the lights, completely entranced.
Somebody
Vita,
slap it.
So I finally get to release my silence.
yeah, and you do so. Sphere right around here.
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
And then I'd like to take my bonus action here, and I'm gonna spend a key point.
Okay,
And I'm going to unleash a flurry of blows.
sounds
So
good.
as this is happening, I'm coming out, and I'm gonna do a butterfly kind of like kick twist.
Sweet.
So it's a double hit with my legs. So
All right, sounds good. And you have to jump forward to get within melee of this other creature. Is that
Yeah.
okay? 5 feet forward. You
Yep.
jump kick. You double up on it. Okay.
roll. Let's see if I make that. Yeah, nat 20 on that
Woo!
one.
Nat
Plus
20?
5,
Yeah.
so that's 2. Yeah, that's 25.
Yeah,
Plus 1d.
that'll hit.
That's 4, 5, 6 damage coming in.
6 damage. Okay, yeah. You knock this person like up. It's hard to tell what this creature is. Long white hair, white
double
hands.
damage for your crit.
Um, Oh, and did you roll double damage?
I did not. Shall
All
I?
right. Yeah, usually a double up. Yeah.
3.
3?
Yeah.
So what was your initial roll on the
Um,
damage?
it was 6.
So double that. So that's
Oh,
12,
12.
plus your modifier.
That's with the modifier in it already.
Oh, okay. So you never double modifier. So what was the initial damage roll? 4.
4.
So that would be 8 plus your modifier.
Okay, well, hold on. So it says damage here says 1d4 plus 2. That considered.
Oh, the plus 2, is that
Is
the
a-
modifier or is that just the plus 2?
That's literally what the damage
Yeah,
says.
plus 2 would be modifier. So
Oh,
1d4
okay, so then.
plus 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then 6. What did we say?
10.
That.
So 10. 10 damage.
I
Does
kept
make a
math.
difference. Does make a difference.
Awesome
So,
ninja.
yeah. You go forward, you run, you do the double kick. This creature with
no
this
sound.
with no sound, completely confused by what's happening. You're able to knock it kind of up, and it's like bleeding from its chin area. It's just like looking at you, and it tries to speak and realizes it can't. Cool. All right. Sounds good. You have a Fury of Blows, right? So that was the first hit.
Yeah. So that's actually, let me reread Fury of Blows. I believe I only get 2 attacks, which essentially that's what 2 unarmed attacks, and so my feet would have been the 1-2.
Oh, I see. Did you roll? Because it would have hit twice, so you should roll damage again. So like a double hit. So like roll your d20 for your second attack.
Yeah, that's
Making
not
sure.
exciting.
Making sure, because you spent a key point too, right?
Yes.
And you have your normal attack to do so.
Yeah. So my first attack was the spell,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then doing
And then
Fury of
Fury
Blows
Blows
with the 2
was your
feet.
second hit, yeah.
And that was a god awful roll.
Because it's
of
2 unarmed strikes. So yeah. So what was your second? hit?
9 to
9 to hit. Yeah, unfortunately, you go for that second one, and it just your foot swings wide. So you were able to hit them the first time hard,
Yeah.
but this they kind of had enough chutzpah to kind of move against your second attack. So that is it.
When I land, kind of get back against the wall again.
You could press back against the wall. However, they will have an opportunity attack against you.
Okay.
Do you wish to make that choice? Or?
Yeah, I'd rather get the attention off of them than.
Sounds good. So you move 5 feet back, press against the wall, and this creature just lashes out with its weapon against you. What's your AC?
That'd be a 15.
15. That is a 24 to hit. So we'll hit you.
Does she get something from
Oh,
being
yeah,
in your
so
range?
you have disadvantage when attacking people that are within
10 feet.
No, that's 5.
She's right next
That's
to
a
you.
different protection. If she's within 5 feet of me, anything attacking her physically has disadvantage.
She moved 5 feet away from you.
But then she moved
But
back,
then she moved
right?
back.
But it's the creature attacking. So I'm gonna
So
say
she's not
because
within my aura in
because
the reaction?
the reaction is
Okay.
right in front of them.
Okay,
It's not like they
okay,
move 5
okay,
feet forward and
okay.
then hit. So that's going to be. That's a good question. That's going to be 6 points of piercing damage. As also you feel from what just hit you, whatever this thing was.
You're too happy about this.
All right, jeez.
You also take 32 points of necrotic damage
Oh my god.
as the spear hits you.
Cool
And you
beans.
just feel like your whole body completely like shrivel up.
Wow, we should have run.
So,
Yeah.
you doing all right? Okay. That is its turn. Reaction, just its reaction. So that's Vita's. Lala,
I'm charmed.
you are turned.
I'm charmed as heck.
So what are you doing with the dancing kind of strings?
I'm just
and
sitting
lights?
I'm sitting on Moira's shoulder, just like kind of leaning against her head while like staring at the lights.
Poor baby.
This is like Lala's just clearly out of it. As you catch this, Moira, I'll say she's not acting at all on this turn. All right, top of the turn. It is that strange creature's turn that you had cast this spiritual weapon on top of. So this creature just engaged with Rowan. Again, it's going to go for you. All right.
Should have healed you.
So, what's your AC?
15.
15.
How close
One
is
is a
Rowan?
hit. The second one's a miss.
She's
What?
right
How
there.
close is Rowan to me?
She is 10 feet away from you.
10?
5 feet.
5
5 feet
feet?
away from you. Yep.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. All right.
Anyone within 5 feet, any enemies
So
attacking at
that would
disadvantage.
make it 17 to hit with disadvantage. Still hits?
Still hits.
All right.
Take away that D20 from her.
Right? I thought your first roll was 15.
No,
I miss her.
No. I rolled twice. It has a bite attack and a claw attack.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Its first roll was an 18. Its second roll was a 15 plus 6. I mean, they have a huge modifier.
Woo!
Yeah.
Fun fight. I'm glad
All
we're
right.
here.
So that would make it 10 plus 3. That's 13 piercing against you, Rowan. And then once more, you feel in that bite, that surge once more. So 3 more points, your charisma score goes down.
Oh my.
What is it now? 2?
So it'd be -1.
Wait, your base stat was 5, right?
5. Yeah,
Your
5.
base stat's 5.
It went down to 5.
You're
So
right.
it's
my
2.
base stat is
It went.
8.
It went.
It
It went down
to
by
5.
3,
Right.
and it went down by another 3. So I think your base stat now is 2,
2.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Keep track of that.
You're permanently changing your base stat right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It's,
So
it's a
now
permanent
it's a
change.
-4? -5 almost? -4, I think. I'll have to double check. I think it's a -4. So yeah, you feel this bite, and you just feel like way less like you feel like you have no charisma, no way of speaking fluently. Your tongue is almost like feeling weighted, almost as if you can't even talk to your friends. It's very exhausting.
What is this thing?
That is its turn.
Bad news.
The other one, very frustrated that you had cast silence, is just gonna smile, seeing what he had done to you, and then turn up the sphere once more and hit you twice with it. So,
Oh. This is how Vita dies.
but it has disadvantage because he has to move forward,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as she's within 5 feet.
Yeah, because he moved back.
I kind of feel like we're not going to win this fight.
So,
Oh,
hold on.
This feels
Yeah. So the second attack might have successfully hit, but because of that one, he shoves his spear into the ground and the spear just stays there. It's this like black kind of wave of smoke's coming out of it, and he just looks up at you like, and uses his bonus action to rip it out. All right, that's both of their turns. Oh, I just dropped my pen, but that's fine. Fauna, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I mean, I want to do things to them, but I'm really concerned about Rowan at the moment.
That guy can 2-hit KOS.
Huh?
That guy can 2-hit KOS.
Don't know what to do.
Thank you.
Really concerned about Rowan. GSM only.
If you have SNN, you're good.
Okay. I'm gonna. Cast my Guardian of Faith.
All right, sounds good. What do you summon?
Another giant phoenix.
Giant phoenix. This
And
time.
I'm
You're
gonna
cast him
right here to protect us.
right there, like right next to your spiritual weapon.
No, right, like here.
Okay.
It like between us and them, basically.
Okay, it's a little difficult to do because everyone's 5 feet within a square. Are you trying to cast it like you have to cast it within its own space, correct?
A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space of your choice. Any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed on a dex saving throw.
So what you could do is you could cast it like here, and then if you run back and it has to run and use its action to get within 10 feet, it will affect it.
Okay.
Because it has to move, the creature, the defender, has to move towards you in order to have the effects on it.
Okay.
Yeah? So you summon a giant phoenix right there, bam, maybe,
Uh-huh.
right there. Okay. Oh, there's 2 phoenixes on either side of you guys right now with the light-touched wall, and it's like glorious illumination, minus the fact that these things are actively trying to hurt you.
And then with my bonus, I'm gonna let go of my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Rowan.
All right.
So-
Sounds good. You just.
Oh wait, I can't do Healing Word, right?
The sphere, I'm gonna say Vita purposefully put it right there. Like she wouldn't want to make it so she couldn't cast a spell. Or
Okay.
you could have. I'm
So I
assuming.
can. So I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Just seven.
That's good.
7 points. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, 7 points.
For her.
All right, you surge up, feel a little bit better, but this creature is like just in front and attacking you. You feel like another hit. You don't know what's going to happen. So that is your turn, Rowan.
Fauna.
Fauna's turn. Moira's turn. Thank you. I always forget.
Okay.
There we go. Moira.
I'm gonna try and Misty Step behind them.
Okay. Where are you here?
Yeah.
Lala will not be able to come with you with Misty Step, just so you know.
Okay, let me ask you this then. I want to try and, like,
Hello.
right before I'm about to cast the spell, like, since she's on my shoulder, I want to try and put a little pressure on her with my head to try and maybe do, like, a d4 of damage.
Takes a full action to knock somebody out of
alright.
the spell.
Never mind. All right, then I'm just going to Misty Step right behind him.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'm going to use both my attacks.
And right behind him? You said?
Yeah, if I can get between the two of them so I can... Because I have 2 attacks and I want to make 2 attacks. One on each of them. Can I do that? Are they both within melee range?
One of them's within melee range because we don't do diagonals.
Okay, I'll just...
You'd have to choose one. Do you want to choose the one that's been hitting Rowan or the one that's been hitting Vita?
The one that's been hitting Vita.
Okay, solid. So you just like stand in front.
damage.
Lala, you just kind of lazily have your wings still floating as you're like staring
Oh,
at.
I was gonna ask if I fell off.
No, you're just looking at the pretty lights, enjoying them. Nothing more than being like a fireworks show, kind of for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I hit twice at the same guy with Requiter.
Okay.
One was a 14, one was a 16.
The 16 will hit. The 14 will not.
Okay. So, can I borrow 2d6?
Yes, take whichever ones you want.
Please do nice to me. Okay. So 3 regular damage and 4 fire damage.
All right. So yeah, you're hitting this creature and you're able to kind of lash into it. So 3 and 4, you said?
Yeah. 3
All right.
and then 4 fire.
4 fire. Cool.
And I'd like to just be as close as I can to have a reaction if he moves.
Okay, yeah. So like you're there, you're prepped, and this thing you're hitting against its back. It's kind of confused about where you had disappeared to. Realize it's behind you, but doesn't look like though. His mouth is a little bit bloodied up, and his back is now kind of the armor's kind of like been hit apart. He doesn't look particularly weakened, but he looks frustrated, and he looks like he's trying to talk, and like nothing's happening because there's only silence. All right, so I want you, having Bamfed behind him, to make a quick just perception check.
Oh boy. 10.
10. It takes a moment, but you swear for a second you saw some sort of symbol with the cloak. Like you don't know what's underneath it, but like there was a flash as he had turned around of some sort of symbol, rather behind his cloak or on his armor, but you saw like the flash of some sort of glowing symbol. So you caught that. So as this is happening, Rowan, your turn.
Okay, I transform into a dire wolf.
So cool.
Take it out. Take
Yeah,
it out.
Okay,
Take it out.
I actually have like a wolf-like creature in here on the ready-ish. I mean, it's technically a spectral like panther, but we'll
that'll
go
work.
with it.
Also, pack tactics. The wolf has advantage on attack roll against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet of the creature,
Yeah,
and the ally isn't incapacitated.
yeah.
So you're close to it now, right?
I'm
You're
right
close to
behind
both
it.
of them.
I'm
Yeah.
breathing down a snack
Okay.
awkwardly.
So that was my bonus action. I'm going to attack the one that's closest to me first.
Who's been attacking you?
who has been
Okay.
attacking me.
Yeah.
And my boils are gone now in wolf form.
That's right.
And okay, so I bite. So
So yeah, roll to hit.
23 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit. Roll for damage.
Yay.
Nice.
And hit 2d6 plus 3. 9.
9
9
points.
points of piercing damage.
Solid.
And if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 13 strength save or be knocked prone.
All right, we'll do. So 9 points.
Vicious.
Yeah. And you said it's a what save?
Strength save.
Ooh, that was cock, but I'll take it. It's 10.
Nope.
All right.
13.
So you're able to knock him down.
He's like,
Yeah, and I'm hanging onto his arm that was doing the attacking.
Yeah, sounds good. If you want to grapple or something like that, that's a full action. But I will say that you
Oh,
bite
okay.
him and then you knock him down. And then
Yeah.
you at least know he's in a good position. Where if you want to latch onto him and pick him up, you probably could in the next round.
Okay.
All right.
This-
Giles is just still and like kind of walks by Lala and is like,
Oh no.
so the two of you guys are just like admiring it, and he just goes, real pretty, right? Why didn't we come here earlier?
What?
Huh? So there's this kind of dialogue happening. By the way, you are currently within the 3rd round of action, so if it's 3 more rounds and it'll end either way.
Cool.
So
Someone
6
slapped
rounds
me.
total.
yes.
I'm gonna prick your finger.
I don't like to do the 10 round 6 second. I usually do 10 second 6 round because it's easier as a DM, especially with this is actually an interesting house rule that I've learned because I always run groups 6 to 8 instead of doing because it's 6 seconds per round in D&D world, which would make it 10 rounds. But I actually reverse it. I do technically 10 seconds and 6 rounds. So it makes it easier with a group this big to manage. So small little fact of the day. It's just easier with bigger groups.
Yeah.
Okay, solid. So that's Giles' turn. Vita, what you gonna do when it comes?
I keep changing my plan.
I understand. There's a lot happening.
So many my cards like, which one can I do?
What do I do?
Just be doing nothing.
That's true. What?
You
I said you could just be doing nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I am down to 7 hit points.
Ooh, that's spicy. That's
But
some spicy damage.
I'm a badass ninja, so I'm gonna try one more thing before I'm like.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to give myself a little pep talk for a second and be like in Elvish,
okay.
so no one really hears any of this, Sindarin or whatever.
Okay.
And it's basically, you've got this, you've got your family, you've got to find them, you've got to know the name, and basically grab my my staff, and I'm gonna hit for one, and then I'm going to use Psychic Blades.
All right, sounds good. So roll to hit.
Yeah, that's not a great pep talk. That is, where's my 6? I think I add 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
11 to hit. That's not going to hit anything.
Yeah, unfortunately, goes
Yeah.
wide as your psychic blades kind of dissipates because it
Yeah.
has to hit in order to
Yeah.
act. So you're like, oh, and you hit against the walls. The blades disperse. Anything else? Movement or anything like that? You're going to stay where you are.
How close am I to said person?
You are right in front of them.
I'm going to move back towards her. Are you flitting around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she.
I'm
So
right
you can.
behind you.
Yeah, you can move into her space.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So with that, it's going to have an opportunity of attack against you, but it has disadvantage because Moira is within 5 feet.
And also, it's moving into my
Yeah,
space.
into
No, this
No?
is Vita moving back.
Hi.
It's
Oh,
apologies.
Right.
Yeah, he has not yet moved, but the moment he does, then yeah, if he tries to attack her,
Can I shoot a message to her real quick?
this is just a reactionary hit. Yes.
Cantrip, shoot
Sure,
message. Just
sure.
Basically, it's come here.
To me?
Yes, you.
Okay, so with disadvantage,
I don't like
what
that
is your
you said
AC?
15. I might be dead.
Oh no.
Yeah, that'll hit
Oh no.
even with disadvantage.
Oh no.
So let's see.
I knew I should have casted Cure Wounds.
Oh no, no, no.
Okay, so that is going to be 6 piercing.
Do I get any reaction?
Because it moved away from her.
However, because of the way he moved the spirit from the one hit, he wasn't able to get it both up, so it's only going to do 4 piercing this round. Because he has to put it in 2 hands in order to have the full effect, right?
Somebody heal her.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Nope, I just get it. I read the spell wrong. Hello. Enchantment on it.
So how much is that again?
Well, it starts with 4.
Wait, is it spell damage? Is it technically spell damage?
It's necrotic.
But is that technically spell damage?
No, because it's not a
Okay.
spell. It's imbued into
Gotcha,
the
gotcha.
weapon.
Okay.
All right, let me see. So that was 4 piercing, and then you're going to be taking
Does that mean that fire's fire is imbued?
40, is that 40? 11, 10, 21, 31, 32, 33 points of necrotic damage.
I'm out.
Do I get any kind of reaction to this? Since I'm like
She was a
on
melee
it.
with him.
I'm on it.
This was his reaction. It's
So,
not
like,
his action, it's just his
Okay.
reaction.
I only get reactions on action.
Like, this is just his
Okay.
reaction
No
against
change.
it
I wanted
as
to see
she
a G
falls
range.
to the ground.
Oh, balls.
Oh,
Kerplunk.
goodness.
Doesn't quite make it. All right, so
Wow.
that was your turn, Vita. It's Lala's turn.
Look at these lights.
They're so pretty, aren't they? I hope our friends are doing well. I haven't looked at them in a bit.
I hope they're watching this.
Oh, yeah, this is real beautiful. Right, so that's your turn, Lala.
That's my turn.
Yeah, that's the end of the third round.
What was the damage?
6 plus.
30.
It was 6 piercing,
Yeah.
and then it was 30. It was, hold on, let me calculate it.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm like down to 0. Like, I'm out.
2,
Like,
Yeah, but are you,
32
yeah, like, am I like
Uh,
dead?
No,
dead?
you're not
34
dead.
points.
No, no,
34
you're just
points
knocked out.
of necrotic.
Negative.
But it doesn't matter if it's negative. So the good thing is you're just out and zeroed. But
thought
just so
if you-
everybody knows, if there's a second, if it doubles your it's an auto death. But if you get hit while down, that's 2 death saves, like, and they have automatic hit. So like it's essentially like if he hits her again, she fails 2 death saves and has 1 chance to survive. So
What happens
just so everybody knows,
when they're stable? What happens with
stabilization means that they're at like 0 hit points.
Uh-huh.
And they are able to not make checks any longer. That certain medicine checks and certain spells allow you to stabilize somebody, so that way they at least aren't making deaths.
So, but if he attacks her while if I stabilize her and he attacks her, is it still 2?
it would activate the crits. So
I
like
got
it would be like anybody who's on 0 who gets hit twice, you'd have to pull them out and then create stasis. So out of so essentially what I'm trying to say is it would still. If he auto hits her on that, she would still fail 2 death saves.
So, fun fact, I don't know if anyone's used D&D
Yeah.
Beyond here, but, like, now that I'm at 0, like all of the failure and success stuff says like popped up. I was like, huh, hey, never seen that.
Oh, no, you're ready to
It's
die.
so cool. I love using D&D Beyond. We're gonna use it as much as we can moving forward. I love it. I'm using it right now. So great. All right.
Don't kill the
So that's Lala's turn. Top of the turn, it is their turn. As this creature, I actually moved them in order. The one currently who just knocked you down, no longer engaged with you, turns around. It's gonna effectively try to hit Moira.
Come at
Is
me.
he moving in my space?
Also, silence is a concentration spell. Correct me not.
Yep, gone.
We should have actually had you check against the spell damage of that first one, or else you might not have held it. But in canon, silence goes away, and he's like, "Oh, I can finally talk. Who are you people?" As he goes forward and tries to hit you again. Okay.
But if he's moving now,
He only turned. He didn't move. He just turned to
He's moving
fight
away from it.
I know. But I feel like that's trickery that she had me put it there because I wanted to put it there.
Well, I thought perhaps if you guys were running away, but considering
not
you're
that
not
smart.
running away.
No,
Kelly,
we're
when
not.
have we ever been that smart?
We'll see what
Come on,
happens
man.
because I don't know if you can at this
Doesn't
point.
need to do that.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So.
reassuring.
I should have put it right there.
How are you
God.
gonna
Kelly,
choices we
listen,
make?
Mr.
It's the
Hopkins,
choices we
you
make.
Kelly.
It's the choices
We're
we
on
make.
our way.
It's the
Are
choice.
we?
You are on the way.
Kelly.
Definitely.
No. A sea of squirrels comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Is this charmed? Protection
This
even good?
Is,
Can't be charmed, frightened, other things.
This might be.
What did I? Yeah, I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
It's not frightened. He's not trying to charm you.
Is it a possession?
It's not a possession.
Okay.
I'm trying to read what it is. There's no specifics, so I don't think it's any free. It's an enchantment, so no.
Okay. Ooh!
Yes.
Ooh! 23.
Oh, 23?
No!
So yeah, as you hear him like, like finally I could, he like whispers some weird incantation and you're just like, you just slap it away with your,
5.
It's like
waiting to use
whisk
the ponytail. No!
all right. So that is just one action. Okay. So that is his action. I'm going to say he uses that. As this is happening, he takes a moment and like gauges the scene and then looks to you and goes, "Who are you?" And we'll finish there. The other one, the creature who seems a little less kind, turns towards him and then is going to use half of its movement to stand up and is going to hit you again. He's very frustrated.
Within disadvantage?
10 feet, right? Or 5 feet?
5.
No, just he's at the 10th mark because of where you moved to.
Gotcha.
But
He's at meeting.
Wait, I have a question. What
Yeah.
was your pack thing again?
I get advantage on attack rolls if one of my friends is within 5 feet.
the first hit, the second hit, what's your AC as a dire wolf?
14.
14. The first hit is a 12. So the bite, the one that really hurts, misses. As his claws kind of come out and he tries to hit you for a 12 on the claws. So both of them miss as this creature is attempting to attack.
Oh,
And it's
nice.
not moving into my space.
No, because it stood up and remained engaged. So everyone's
That's still
moving.
moving.
No, everyone's moving towards them right now. If they had trailed and moved in your direction, maybe different. But no one's moved out of their spot yet.
I don't move back, I move forward.
I mean, you could push him if you wanted.
might.
It will take a full action, but you can do it. All right, that is their turn.
Snap his
Fauna.
neck out of anger.
Okay, I'm gonna move back.
Okay. Yeah, you're Giles doesn't take up tons of space.
Okay,
He's a
I
tiny
gotta
little
move
gnome.
Back.
Uh-huh. As you're passing him, he's like, Fauna, look at the lights. He hits Lala.
And with my bonus, I'm gonna cast Mass Healing Word on all my friends.
Okay.
Because I'm concerned about everyone involved, including her.
All right, sounds good. So you say a prayer to Lathander.
Lathander, help my friends.
So
And that's 10 for everyone.
Wow. That's a real good roll. You guys
Yeah.
feel a big
Wow.
surge of energy. Vita, you're breathing. 10 hit points up.
And that's with my bonus.
That's your bonus, yeah.
And then with my action. With my action, I'm going to. I'm gonna. Flame like see within range. I'm gonna put some sacred flame on. Which guy's worse here?
I also want to let you know that your spiritual weapon is an evocation. You didn't have to dissipate it.
Oh,
just
I
so
didn't
you know.
have to?
No, it's not a concentration spell. I just want to make sure you knew that.
Oh,
So you could have it active still if you wanted.
Oh, well, I used my
Yeah.
bonus already.
Okay, just making sure.
But thank you. Good to
You're
know.
welcome. So I can just say that it's in there.
Yeah,
still.
let's leave it in there.
Yeah.
He's ready to go when I tell him.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to cast a sacred flame upon the Boils dude.
Boils dude. Alright, and that, what is that again?
Sacred
Is it save?
flame. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw.
Okay.
And take 1d8.
Dex 18.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna do 5.
Half damage?
Uh,
Was Sacred Flame? Or no?
no, because
No.
it's a
Cantrip. Yeah. So you cast out Sacred Flame as the flames just dance across and don't affect him as he's able to resist that. This creature does seem very resistant to a lot of magic as well. Not just from the poison spray, but from also that spell. All right. That's your turn. Good job, Fauna. Moira.
Will looking under his cloak be a full action?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it would be.
I am an invasive personality, so.
Someone throw something at me.
Lala says mentally.
Nah. You know what? I'm gonna ensnaring strike,
Okay.
and these vines, if they do appear, are gonna be on fire again. I'm
Awesome.
gonna make 2 attacks against him.
Yeah.
Well, that's a 4, but that one's an plus 7? 18.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
Boom. And he has to make a strength saving.
All right.
Ooh! 6 regular damage, 4, 5, 6 fire damage. And
So
if
that's
he
12.
doesn't
All right.
succeed, he's wrapped in
And
flame and
that's a
vines.
strength save?
Yep.
10.
No! What's up, dude?
As you're able to get vines all around him.
Moira's angry. She lost her accent.
Yeah, he's just looking at you like, because you kind of have, like, his eyes look widen as he's just completely, is this speed of 0 and restrained, or is this just,
This is restrained. And while the target is restrained, they take 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of their turns.
nice.
Solid. Yeah, it's a strength check.
Awesome. To remove a full action to try to get out of this. Sweet. Good job, Moira. Ah! Rowan, it's your
Come
turn.
at me.
Okay. So,
Wait,
so
don't-
is anyone? Are any of my friends within 5 feet of me?
Yeah. Vita.
Vita. Okay. All right. Then I'm gonna attack and bite this fucker again. I like go for his neck.
Yeah, roll the hit. Get him.
Damage.
Sick.
So
Sick of Cujo.
so 14.
Does not hit. No,
Does not
unfortunately.
hit. Okay.
You get 2
But you
attacks.
get a second attack.
Do I?
Usually bite and claws.
Yeah.
On a beast.
I
Usually.
mean, I'll take it if you give it to me. It doesn't say here,
what is
but
the challenge rating of the die roll if you summon? Do you maybe look by it?
The
Is it like a
CR?
it's a
quarter?
1.
It's a 1, so it may not have double attack. Does it not say that? 2 attacks?
It does not say that.
Okay. All right.
It just
Okay.
says bite melee. But I was wondering though, if as a bonus action you would permit me to make a smell perception check on him to see
Yes.
where he's from.
Totally.
Because
Roll
I
a
have
perception.
I have advantage on perception checks.
Roll it with roll it with an advantage.
Okay, well, it's so smart.
So that would be. Hang on. 11.
11. The scent of this creature is foul and does not smell
I knew
particularly good at all.
Okay.
However, the scent of this creature is familiar. It's a similar scent to a creature you have met before, very briefly. Not the same, but a similar scent, like the smell of the boils and the skin, this leathery smell. And you swear you pick up on a faint fragrance of some sort of oil, like some sort of incense oil. Like, don't know why, but there's a faint trickle of it, and it's jarring for you.
Jarring for me.
Yeah, just like this weird, almost it's like putting over something that smells bad rose, or like like there's that scent, and you're like, why are they trying to cover that up? You just catch it.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Do these boils, does this affliction or whatever it is look at all like the man that we met in the tunnel in Thay when he was covered in boils and he was...
I mean, that might take a lot longer
Okay.
of a discussion and
Okay.
discovery, but maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Good question, Rachel, not Moira.
Not Moira. No, Moira would not have noticed.
Shouting at the skies.
Ah! Look, she has an intelligence of -1. This would not have ever occurred to her, probably.
But if this brings back similar feelings, maybe there's a reason for it. As you're like, oh wait. So that is, yeah, that was like the first game we ever played, you guys, way back in the day. Varys. All right,
Varys,
so
Varys.
yeah, don't forget a name. All right, so that is whose turn was that? I just lost
was
count.
mine.
That was yours. Thank you so much, Rowan. So Giles' turn. So he's just Lala. I really do think I don't understand why they're not looking at these lights with us.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that! Look at it!
It changed.
It changed. The two of you guys are just consistently hypnotized by the dancing patterns. He loses his turn. All right, Vita.
Cure wounds.
You use cast Cure Wounds on
Yeah,
yourself.
and second level, by the way.
Do it. Yeah.
7, 8, 9, 10 plus 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14.
for me.
All right. You like just dump as much as you can into yourself. Do you wish to stand as well using half your movement? Because you're prone right now, which is not a great thing to
so
do.
I'd like to get
Okay.
up and, if at all possible, potentially as a bonus action, like pulling myself up on here and like accidentally like smack her.
She's too far away.
Ah.
You're technically right next to her, but it did specifically say it takes a full action
Roger
to
that.
knock somebody out.
Roger
of
that.
this.
I
So
tried. What did
it's
I
a
say?
sacrifice of your own action for the awakening of others. Okay.
Got it.
So
I'm up.
that is your turn, Vita. Lala.
Am I on 4 or 5?
You're on 4, the 4th round. This is the 4th round. 2 more rounds, and then you're out of the pattern.
I wish I had Rowan's herbalism again. That would be really
I
cool.
really do feel like we've just been here for a bit, right? Am I crazy?
I think we've been looking at this forever.
Oh, I love it. Jaws drop together. All right. So, end of that round, on to the top. Roll a group perception check real quick. Except for Lala. Apologies.
Ooh.
That's nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's a nice roll.
That's a perception.
Yeah.
This is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Do I?
I want you to do it with advantage
Okay.
because this
Oh.
might be
Okay.
beneficial for you.
And do I do this as my wolf stats or my
Wolf stats.
Wolf stats.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it a what type of perception? What
Just a general
sense?
perception set right now.
Okay.
'Cause I'll say it's scent based, but make sure you roll with advantage.
Scent-based.
Okay. All right. So. 17 plus 1, 18.
18 sounds good.
14.
And what did you roll? Sorry. You're up and Adam.
15.
15. So everybody swears they hear something like a creak or a moan, something that sounds like it's moving. Moira, you can discern it sounds like a very like it's loud, and you swear it's coming from everywhere right now, like in the walls and above you and beneath you, and you don't know what this is. You pick up on the faintest scent of a rodent. And that's it for that
Squirrels.
round.
Oh shoot!
So-
I got a dirty 20.
But that's let's go back through the round real quick.
I had a dirty 20 on that one.
Oh,
by the
dirty
way.
20.
Yeah.
You two can you're allergic slightly, I would assume, to maybe rodents, so you smell this faint scent of a bat or a rodent, and you're just like, oh, I feel sick. All right, top of the turn.
My first thought was were rat, and I was so scared.
This guy who's currently in wrapped up in these vines
1d6.
1d6 damage to the top of his turn. Do you want me to roll that, or do you want to roll that? Let's have you roll it.
I'm gonna roll like a 1. Oh no, that's a 6!
Nice.
If
Yeah.
they're on fire, do they do any fire damage?
No, not that, but they do
It's
tighten
just for
on
looks.
him. It kind of almost inflames and then it dissipates. It's not constant. But as
I'll
they
take it.
kind of crunch him and pull him together,
Yeah, crunch it.
crunch him.
Crunch.
Okay.
Crunch.
He looks to you and he goes, ugh, and then dissipates.
What? Even in my restraint?
Yep, because it's just it's an inherent reaction spell that he has.
What?
Yeah,
what
and
is this?
he begins to run. He goes 60 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. So he goes all the way down here, having just used that ability, and then uses his full action and movement to get another 60 feet away. So he bolts down the hallway, makes like that, makes a sharp turn that you can see is directly to the left, and just runs. All right, that's his turn. The other creature's turn. These are really cool creatures, you guys.
No, they're not.
I was really excited
They
to
suck.
use them. The other one, though, he's really confused where his friend went. He sees the vines drop to the ground from Requiter's hit, and he's like, he's just gonna continue to hit you.
He still hasn't moved.
No, he still hasn't moved, unfortunately.
Would I have been able to get a bonus action as a reaction when he ran away?
You would have a reaction if you have. Well, it's
Would I be
Misty
able to
Step.
use a bonus and not Misty Step? Oh, it is Misty
It's
Step?
Misty Step. So
He's
technically,
only 30 feet away?
well, what I'm saying is he used Misty Step.
Yeah.
So I think that Misty Step, because you're technically dissipating and then like leaving, I don't know if you get reaction on Misty Step. I should look at it. It might be
wanted to
because it's
compel dual.
teleportations and you become silvery mist
Yep.
from something you can see.
Yep.
So I myself would never give someone a reaction against you if you use Misty Step, because I think that logically within the world it wouldn't make sense.
Oh, sure.
Because all of this game is based on logic.
So much longer.
No logic. Okay, solid. But this guy, he's gonna go and attack you, the other one. All right, ready?
He's attacking me.
Yeah. That is 10 feet, 5 feet. Nope. That is to hit on the bite. Oh wait, he rolled on that one. Am I crazy or did that move? I think it was a 7.
No.
But
see
should
it.
I?
didn't see it.
Sevens and ones look very similar.
I didn't see
Because my
movement.
7's right here, and I swear it was a 7, and then it knocked to a 1.
Well,
But I'm gonna go with the 1 because I'm a DM, and then I go with what I see. So, as he attempts to bite you and lash at you once more, unfortunately, both attacks fail because of the natural one. So his claws kind of scoop against the ground, and his mouth just misses you for a hit. That's his turn. So, as this is happening, you guys feel that rumble again. As suddenly, through a nearby wall, through some of the dirt that has been carved out right here, you see Rowan burst through.
Lilith.
Lilith burst through, 9 inches tall, on the back of Mr. Hopkins, riding in as a stream of squirrels enters. And what do you say as you're riding Mr. Hopkins into the hallway?
You will never defeat us!
And we'll take a break there.
Do we actually understand that?
Are you speaking?
Yeah, she
Star?
spoke common.
was-
She
that was
spoke
regular
common. But you could also have said that in squirrel if you had
Okay,
chosen.
we're going into chat.
All right.
Talk to
What?
us.
Break time.
What is happening?
Okay.
Y'all.
We're
I'm
getting in chat.
Ow.
Exclamation point
Ow.
raffle, everyone.
Yeah, are we gonna draw at the end of the break or at the end of the show?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
Let's do it at the end of the show.
Oh man,
Ha 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 ha.
these creatures.
The Med GM says, "All hail the Squirrel Queen."
The squirrel queen. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh no, we're drawing it at the end of the break.
At
Never
the
mind.
end of the break. Sounds good. Yeah, these creatures are so cool, you guys. They're real dangerous though.
So
And I only got
dangerous.
to do
Kloop.
like this much of what they're capable of.
That's okay. That's fine. That's all right. We don't need all that.
I know.
questions? We're in chat.
Let's chat.
You're all okay with water? Is everything?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
These things are just so cool, man. Man, I just want to keep fighting with them now.
Dr. Sedicecto, did you whisper D&D? Because you're supposed to whisper D&D on Twitch. So there's that.
I'm hopping on too.
Rune Knight wants you, Kelly, to tell them on Twitter what the creatures
Oh,
are.
I will. Oh, I 100% will tweet it for you guys. I promise. These creatures are really, really cool. They're from, I can never say it, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. So I'm pulling a lot of my more recent enemies from that book because it's awesome. It was released and it's just like the coolest. So
Akeisha
Check out that book.
Roberts says, especially with regard to the events in today's episode, will Mr. Hopkins become a permanent member of the group? Kelly, the meeting with the squirrels in, quote, Squirrelheim, and the mustering of the squirrel army is truly inspired and so awesome.
I'm glad that I could squirrel inspire y'all. I mean, that's the dream of any television comedy writer's life to create King Squirrel.
And I think Mr. Hopkins is kind of, he's a member. He's part of the group.
Yes, yes.
He's got armor and
suave.
everything.
He's in the crew. And
I
now Lilith has a crush.
I was
A
driving.
weird crush.
I was driving here and practicing voices, and I'm like, oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, I liked
That's
it.
Mr. Hopkins.
Gil asked, do you ladies drink anything on stream?
Water.
Alcohol.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, we're all drinking water.
We have.
The very first couple where we were all nervous being taped.
I think the finale, maybe it was the finale that I think Kellen brought champagne or
Oh
something.
yeah, she did bring champagne. But we drank it after. I drank it
Oh,
after.
maybe
We had the first
I
time
don't
we
remember.
live streamed, and honestly, the first time we taped ourselves. The very, very, very beginning, we were all pretty nervous because we were still kind of new to D&D as well. So I think we all had like a little bit of liquid courage. But normally this is water and coffee. So
At home though. Ooh.
yeah, it's daytime. I mean,
Oh,
it's 3 p.m.
yeah.
So
When I play on Wednesdays, it's usually Wednesdays has gotten better. We used to have definitely a beer or two, but for this other one I run that I nicknamed Fool's Paradise, we drink.
I want to play D&D stoned sometime, just to like see how differently I might think.
Stoned D&D.
Yeah, like stoned D&D. I think like on a nice sativa, so it wouldn't be too sleepy.
I feel like you would all be just like sitting there and you'd be like, yeah, do you want to, hey man, do you want to, no. Like it would be like, let's just relax. Let's be, I'm not stressed.
No, I think it'd be cool to like be in battle, but like just to, I don't know, just to think a little bit more.
I mean, that's all legal here, so
One of the what?
Yeah,
yeah. Plausibly we can do it.
I don't think I do it on this stream.
No.
No,
Just in the confines of
unless you want me to. No, I'm kidding.
That's so funny. But you're like you always what's the word? You always surprise me in like the best sort of way. In the best sort of way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I just found a mini.
Oh, I must have dropped that. Thank you. Yeah.
Kim's alright if I keep reading questions from your phone.
Those are cool villains though, aren't they?
No. Yes, they're pretty.
As Rachel as a DM, because you DM'd
Yes.
before.
Yes.
They're pretty cool
They
creatures.
are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool.
It makes me want to, compel duel and everything I see and just fight everything.
Well, it's cool because this is like a melee, and you guys haven't been through like a dungeon crawl of mine technically yet.
Mhm.
Like you guys have done,
Is that like a pub crawl but with battle dungeons?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because it's like a you go through things and then you follow maps and
Oh,
maps
no.
will lead you to
That's a
different
lot.
areas,
Oh yes.
and then different encounters will happen within different halls, rooms, traps. It's like it's a very like traditional D&D experience. So I'm excited to give you guys that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a word. Looking forward to it.
I already did.
Ooh, would Alice roll a new character in that non-alcohol game?
Press on with proficiency in investigation for snacks. I like the way you think. Stabby Road Games.
Stabby Rogue.
No, I would make a new character for that. She'd be a total stoner.
Yeah.
Or he, maybe I'll do a boy character.
Yeah.
Who's just a total stoner. And so my herbalism kit as Rowan, I don't think I've gotten high yet this season. But
This season.
not yet, but Kelly and I were talking about it, and I have certain advantages and disadvantages if I ever am stoned while we happen to.
We built in mechanics.
Yeah, we built in mechanics for it. So like, I think you said my wisdom / insight checks are like way up, but then my dexterity and what else was down.
It was your dexterity. I have to look at the
Yeah,
list
we wrote them
have.
down somewhere. I haven't
Yeah.
I haven't used them yet, but
But if you do,
but if I do, they're there.
prepared.
Yeah.
I think it was your charisma because like you're more stoned.
Yeah,
so
my
you weren't able
charisma
to
is
be-
dying anyway. How do you heal? Okay,
I
so
don't know.
explain
This
to
might
me.
be a part.
I didn't
this
even
might be a
know
part of
that
learning.
these. I always wondered what these base numbers were for.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
you
I
tend
never-
to not use your base stats, but
Okay.
your base stats are indicative of your modifiers.
Yeah,
so
you
like
use the modifier more.
Okay.
whenever it's on evens, it goes up. Like this is so it's on like a 2 that's a +1, a 14's a +2, a 16's a +3, and same with the negatives. So like an 8's a -1, a 6 is a -2, a 4 is a -3, a 2 is a -4, and then a 0 is a -5. But I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone having a 0 stat.
because my
without
charisma
having-
modifier is already -1, so it's just gonna be
Go down from there.
like negative.
Gil Ramirez is in chat.
Ramirez!
Hi.
Dice
Hi,
Man.
Gil.
And he is
King of
asking
Dice.
if we all have alternative characters already planned in case of permadeath. So
Let's see.
a lot of
prefer to
us
think
Who do I have
positively.
here? I have Honora with her spells. She's a wizard. I have Bo Dannon. I have Hadriana. I have Miranda, but she's from D&D. She's from
yeah,
Dice Camera
Miranda.
Action Miranda. I have Cordelia, who would be a lot of fun, but she's a high. I have a
Rachel
lot.
and I have a lot of like characters from other games that we played, like one shots and just like for shits and giggles.
I still have Brogan somewhere.
Yeah, Brogan's dope.
Oh,
Yes, Brogan
But I don't know
Balance.
if any of us have a specific character that we planned to use in case like
Kestrel.
Moira dies or
Oh, God, I don't know.
you know any of our characters. I don't think we have a
Who are
set
these?
like who's gonna replace
Vessel?
Lala or you know.
Bonner's gonna do everything in her power to make sure no one's.
The dice have been hot for me tonight. Like,
Yeah, they
I'm not
have.
gonna lie.
You're
No.
4
And
20s in a row?
Yeah, and then like the thing
420.
is too, somebody in chat made a really interesting observation about the spell that was cast on Lala and on Giles. But it's interesting because those checks, because it is a concentration, but if it's underneath 10, the damage occurring to them, then there's no need for the check. But then the 10 above is one. I only ever had to make one of them because the damage you guys have been doing is very low. So it's been it's a tricky
up, Moira?
situation.
All right, so funny canon thing. Now both of my characters on Sirens in here have an affinity for donuts.
It's a
Canon.
thing.
Donut
I'm
cannon.
guessing Sin might have an affinity.
I have
for donuts.
such an affinity for donuts. it's bad.
Caramel.
Oh, I had a
Thanks for
donut yesterday, and
five.
it was the first donut I've had in like months. It was the chocolate and the sprinkles.
Frosts.
I forget how good those are. I usually go for apple fritters.
I just got
man,
half a dozen of Dunkin' Donuts to myself yesterday.
Chris Perkins can try
Oh.
and kill me. He's failed 8 times already, so
8 times?
8. I was surviving for 8 episodes, and then Miranda left.
Did he actively try to kill you in those episodes?
Chris actively just gives everybody a hard time. He
That's
loves a
good
challenge.
point.
I was I close to dying? I don't think so.
They're pulling the
Oh,
raffle.
pulling the raffle
Woo,
now.
raffle.
Don't forget you have to be in chat in order to win.
Oh no. Oh no.
Cole Drake!
Oh no.
Hey, Cole Drake! Congratulations! You won that raffle. I hope you are in chat. Don't forget to whisper D&D.
Squirrel, 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 squirrel.
Gnomes, 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 gnomes.
It's from the Vampire Lark.
Yes, I know.
It's all my stuff.
Why?
I don't know, because it was here.
By the
I
way,
have those in my other game bag.
I have a story for you about logic in D&D. So I don't know if you guys, I did Arcana High. It was our short one for during the summer, and one of our reports. We had to do like
Coldrick, are you
like
in
science
chat?
fair report. So I had to come up with the logic
You
on
gotta-
how
you
to
gotta
do.
say
I was
something.
a cheerweaver. So I had to figure out how to actually explain aerodynamics and trying to do a backflip as an air genasi.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's really hard logic.
Yeah, that is really hard logic.
I had to talk to Chris Lindsay about that one. I was like, so
Weird hypothesis, but if I were an air genasi and I needed to do a backflip, how
Allie.
did I do this?
Gabriel Knight asked, "You look different. Did you come straight from set?"
I came straight from Santa Barbara.
The fires of Malibu.
Yes, well, farther than that. Santa Barbara. I just decided to be comfy and cozy today.
I think we all did.
had I
Yeah.
gotten
And
the
this is my
memo, I would have
uniform.
too.
Well, you look great. You're
And we
putting
kind
us
of
all to
decided
shame.
when
You're putting
we
us all to
were
shame.
just like sitting around before we came like to this table. We're just like, I was like, I don't really want to lace up my corset today.
My outfit's pretty much always comfortable. I just leave off the belt. You guys
Yeah.
can't see it anyway.
That thing's awesome.
I love it.
We're getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, making room. I'm so excited.
Is Coldrick still in chat?
Coldrick, are you still here? I hope so.
Maybe not.
Lauren,
Otherwise, you're not gonna get your.
Going
if
once.
Coldrick isn't in chat, don't we have to draw a new winner if he's not
Yeah,
there?
we need people to be present. Yeah.
Coldrake, are you in chat? Let us know if you are, so we don't choose
Just
someone
like pop
new.
in and say hey. Otherwise, we're gonna have Lauren draw a new winner, right?
Yeah, that's how it works.
We said.
But this is
We
break
said-
time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay even for the break. Ha ha ha.
How do you whisper them? You go to their Twitch channel, and there should be an option to whisper them.
Somebody whisper Coldrick? They might be getting food.
Everyone's like, Coldrake, come back.
I know someone's like, come back from the fridge.
We'll give him till the end of break to be back. And then we'll pick someone new before we start, maybe.
Or we could pick someone at the end.
That's true. Give them a little bit of a chance.
Yeah.
Maybe they're eating some grapes. Maybe
They
they're
may
just-
have taken a bathroom break like all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yes. That was a
Should we
much
just let
needed one.
Obo Crazy
Yeah.
decide? Lauren, Obo Crazy, if you want to pick whether we pick a new winner now.
She said you
or-
heard it 2 minutes to hear from Coldrake.
Their fate is in your
Okay.
hands, Lauren.
Otherwise, should we draw again now or at the end
In
of
2 minutes.
Maybe in 2 minutes.
Or at the end of the
the
game.
episode?
Maybe at the end of the episode. We'll see.
Yeah, we did do that the last time, I think, with Sirens once. We drew at chat and then the person wasn't available, so we did it at the end.
Yep.
Silverwolf
So.
212 says Cynthia looks awesome in that wig.
Thank you.
It's a good color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color. It's a great wig, too.
Yeah,
It's an
Amazon wig, yo.
Amazon has the
great.
best wig.
Amazon's
great.
It's a
Telling
charisma
you.
wig that I grabbed from my sister.
Nice.
It's really nice.
She steals all my wigs, so.
Feels like
But yeah. Had to
Are
glue
there
it
any
down.
other? Is there anyone watching who's also a druid that could give druidy tips?
Yeah.
Is there
Are you
anything that,
druidic
that I
advice?
could be doing that I'm not
I could
doing?
give you some druidic advice.
Yeah.
Because I have
Or-
Miranda.
Tieflingy advice.
Tiefling.
Flaney.
Tieflinging.
Oh, tiefling.
Oh.
Tiefling.
Silver Wolf's a druid.
Hey,
Rudy.
Hi.
Rudy just came in. In case you missed it.
Let me see. Where's my
30 seconds.
Gambo,
Sorry.
Gamers, Coldrick won, but they are not in chat, so we're waiting until the end of break for them to show back up. Otherwise, we're gonna draw a new winner.
level 10.
What dice does Kelly have?
Miranda's level 10.
Hot dice tonight. All of these 20s. All of the 20s. Except for this one blue dice that's giving me ones. So.
Keep rolling that one.
Yeah, we like
that.
the blue one.
Actually, I accidentally put my favorite, the one that's been giving me all the 20s.
Yeah, I noticed that. Did not stop you.
We need that.
Did not stop you.
Evil! Evil! Evil!
And we're back.
Wait.
Thank you for tuning in.
Are we?
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. I
we're
want to find out about the winner.
Razzle? Razzle?
Drawing again.
Right now?
They're
Has to
drawing
be in chat to
again.
win.
Yes.
Drip Beard 295.
Are you here, Trappier?
Trappier.
If not, we're picking someone new at the end.
Give a little shout out if you
Yeah.
won.
And Obo
chat,
Crazy will
And
take
then
care.
Obo Crazy, yeah, we'll either take care of you or we'll pick someone new if you're not in chat.
All right. So,
And we're back.
with that,
Congratulations!
Yay!
Can't we see you in chat?
Congrats.
Yay!
no,
Whisper D&D.
So, let's pick up where we left off. That fun little scenario.
I forgot.
Lilith has paraded in with a swarm of squirrels behind her.
Who run the world? Squirrels, squirrels!
And yeah, so that had been your full movement in action, but you have burst through with a whole army behind you on the back of Mr. Hopkins. So that is their turn, and you guys, let me bring you on to here. You have burst in right there. Tiny you though, with I'll say this is your parade. With a
very
parade
close.
of squirrels behind you, quite literally just gushing into the hallway.
Flood of squirrels.
It's like a flood of squirrels,
Squirrel
making
theme.
it very difficult terrain. I believe that brings us to Fauna. That seems correct.
I'm gonna running low on spell slots, so I'm just gonna Sacred Flame the Boils dude
All right.
again.
Sounds
so see if Dex save.
Dex save. Nat 20.
Okay. And then with my bonus, I'm gonna get him with my spiritual weapon.
Okay, sounds good. So you have your phoenix slice down on him.
So I need to roll to hit.
You do.
24.
Oh, that'll hit. Roll for damage.
Yeah. The dice. It's hard to 28. Okay. 13.
Nice. 13 points of radiant.
Yeah.
Yeah, your phoenix like lashes down on this creature and starts clawing into it. It's definitely taking like much.
Oh, it's force damage.
Oh, force damage. Great. So it, yes, that actually still works. Great. So yeah, pushes down, slices into this creature like butter. Like everything else has been very difficult, but this creature thankfully is affecting it successfully. So, good hit for now. Moira.
Requita.
All right. Once more. Do you wish to move into melee with the creature?
Yes.
All right. So just one step over.
Yes.
Wait. One was a 2 and one was 16 plus 7.
16 will hit. 16 hits.
Awesome!
Yeah.
Well, where's my... Oh! My d6 disappeared. No, there it is. All right. We're good. Oh, wow! All 3 of these d6s
Stop
are
it.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
6, 6, 6.
And is that initial damage or is that fire damage? I need to know which the damage is.
12 is fire, 6 is initial.
6 is solid. All right.
Wow. How?
Thanks, Satan.
Thanks, Satan.
For the 666.
Yeah, so you crack down on it. You just unleash the wrath of Requiter. As you begin to push into the creature, you notice that almost at first the fire doesn't seem to take better, than the initial damage. But either way, you're happy that you're able to hit.
Yes.
All right, so that is your turn. So that would bring us to Rowan.
I'm gonna just keep. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna keep biting.
All right, roll to hit.
Okay.
Just keep fighting.
Just keep biting. Is someone in? Yeah. There's a friend near me.
Yeah,
right?
there is.
Okay.
Right behind.
So 24.
That'll hit. Roll for
To
damage.
hit. And then 12 piercing damage.
Nice. So as you bite into the creature, you feel like your jaw is kind of hurts more than you were expecting. Like this creature has hard skin to bite, but as you bite into it and release, you do see that you punctured it.
Okay.
Well done. All right. That's your action. All right. Moving on down. Giles is just so pretty. It's just so pretty. Isn't it pretty? And that's his turn. Vita.
Where is everyone now?
Spread out a bit.
Well, the one thing I wanted to do is probably going to hurt people, so I'm going to turn around and
Shake. Yep. I'm gonna turn around and grab her wings and be like, wake up!
All right, so yeah, you turn around, you shake Lala using your full action, and Lala, you're back.
Welcome back.
What's happening?
Lots of things. We need your help. Quickly.
Okay.
Okay. All right, use your full turn. It's now your turn, Lala.
Cool.
Yes. And Giles is still like, oh,
So
totally
I
out of
guess
it.
I gotta take a moment to figure out what's going on, right?
I mean,
Or
I
is it pretty
think
clear that Moira is attacking this thing?
yeah, there's sounds around you and there's fighting happening, but you know that like you and Giles were just totally invested in this beautiful show, this hypnotic show. But
Okay, well that was nice, but now I gotta fight, I guess.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot my longbow at the creature that I can see Moira attacking.
Yeah, so you just whip around kind
Yeah.
of out of it, but then like knock your arrow in or like whoo, and you unleash an arrow against the creature.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh, not that one. Okay, so I'm gonna miss on my first attack.
Okay.
And then a 19.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Actually, wait. No, the first one was only 12. Okay, so the first one. Okay, this one, and then I feel like my brain isn't working.
That's exactly what Lala feels like right now. She's like,
Okay. 9 points of damage.
All right. So you unleash the second arrow. It hits against the creature and cracks, not doing the amount of damage
Wait,
you're expecting.
Were they below? They're below their max HP, right?
They are.
Then they are going to take an extra 5 points of damage.
5 points of what type of damage?
It is
Just general piercing?
I don't know. It's from my Colossus Slayer. If an enemy is below max HP, I get to add 1d8 damage.
Yeah, that's like an extra punch into
Yeah,
the creature,
so
so that would be normal
More
damage.
piercing, I guess.
But either way, even though your arrow, having had the power it did, wasn't doing the amount of damage you were expecting, you still successfully hit the creature, and it does look slightly more weak now.
Okay. As my bonus action, I'm
yeah.
going to cast a Hunter's Mark on it.
Sounds good. He is marked with the vengeance of Lala. Solid. That is your turn. We're
Is
back
my
to the
turn.
top.
I get to do something.
Cool. So, it's his turn. He is going to turn around Moira, and he's going to attempt to bite and claw attack you.
Okie
So,
dokie.
what is your AC?
19.
19. All right.
Upgraded
All right. The bite doesn't hit,
It's my shield of faith.
and that is an. Oh, okay, 17 to hit, so it doesn't hit. All right, both attacks don't hit. So his bite goes wide, his arms go against you. You're able to just knock him aside. He looks a little, like, a little stuck in his spot. All right, that's his turn. He also, seeing the position that he's in, I think he's going to make a run for it.
Does that mean?
Is that an action? And can I get a reaction?
Yeah, you both get reactions.
And is he-
You get a reaction, you get a
Is
reaction.
he moving within my guardian?
Can you read the guardian spell once
moving
more? 'Cause
towards
he
my
might be
army
this
of
time.
squirrels.
He is.
Move in a space within 10 feet.
Within 10 feet. Ah, he's just outside of it. 5, 10.
I feel like you tricked me when you told me to
I
put
thought
it
you guys
there.
were going to run. I was trying to help you. All right. But 10. Let me see the speed. All right. 15.
I'm gonna try and tackle him as my reaction. I want to take him down.
Tackle on reaction, that would be a special feat. Do you have that?
No, didn't know that. Then I'm just gonna try and attack him.
Yeah, you
as
can
a
attack on a reaction with the weapon you have in your hand. And you can attack.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Oh!
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Solid. Roll for damage.
All right, you ready to take some more fire damage? All right, so that's 4 and 4.
4 and 4.
Mhm. But that's not doubled.
Yeah. Got it. So
8 regular and then 8 fire.
8 regular, 8 fire. Thank you. Second.
Oh,
Yeah, don't you have a modifier?
it's a +4 too. Oops.
To which damages?
It's a regular.
So what is the regular damage in total?
12.
12?
Yeah, 12.
Thank you. And then what's the fire damage now?
8.
8. Okay, cool.
I forgot about that 4.
All right.
Damn.
I just calculated that one wrong. 1 second. and then 8. All right, solid. Math, you guys, math. Okay.
trying to grapple and the reaction.
A grapple reaction isn't possible, but you can just whatever.
I wanted to
Bite
knock him
attack.
prone.
Yeah, that would be a full
Okay.
action to do so.
Okay.
But reaction is essentially, you guys, whenever you have a weapon or something in your hand, you just are able to do it. Or some people have special reactions.
Can I bite him then?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
roll to bite.
23.
23, yeah, that'll hit. Roll for damage.
13.
13 points. Nice.
How do you know which
All right.
this is?
So with
It's
your
a
bite, you're able to bite. I'll say it like kind of into his butt, his boily butt, and you can rip out a part of it, and
Ew.
yeah, and so there's like a chunk. Because he was turning around, he just bit his butt, like like the Flintstones thing where you see the underwear, but it's not. It's just a butt, and so you rip apart one of his. Screw it! I'm taking this whole his cheeks, yeah,
Oh.
and just like the boils. just
You
in
took
his
the
mouth.
whole cheek off.
But he's running. What I'm trying to say with these words is that he does look like he's quite damaged at this point, as he's running away and past you, Lilith, as you had just paraded out onto squirrels, and he's like running past you. All right,
So I
so
get to do something.
I am. Yeah, I put you on the squirrel initiative order. So, just so you know, but that was his full action, right? That was his turn to like run and dash past. So it would technically be your turn right now. You're leading a pack of squirrels. What do you want to do?
I would like, because he's still alive, right?
He's still alive. Yes, very much so.
I would like to cast sleep on him.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. At
Ooh.
what level?
Can I do it higher?
I think you can with sleep.
Oh,
At
okay.
higher levels? Check.
Where is it?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
Higher
you can. I
levels?
think it
Yeah,
ups
when
Yeah,
you
at higher
cast the spell
levels.
using like
At
second
higher
level
levels, you add
Okay.
an additional
Where are you
2d8.
using?
So-
How many
Oh,
d8s
So you
do
roll
have?
5d8
You wanna
initially.
do, like 2 or 4?
Sure. I'll do
Yeah.
3.
So how many d8s is that?
It is.
You roll an additional 2d8
So you're
for
rolling.
each slot above first. So
Yeah.
4 plus
Plus 5?
Yeah.
So she's gonna roll 9 d8s.
98.
So what spell
Well,
level
he's
are you
6.
casting it at?
7, 8.
Third.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, she has one.
Maybe I don't need to go that high then.
It's up to you because you don't know this creature at all. But
You
you
have
can.
the
strong.
dice. So
Okay, okay.
All right.
You need
one more.
Yeah.
Oh.
This.
All right. Okay, so you choose a point a little further away because it is a radius spell. So you try to just get the creature only, and you cast sleep. Go ahead.
If I fall asleep, bring me back to life. But I'm putting him to sleep. Okay. Okay. So that we can question him later. Okay.
Oh, reroll that one. So 3.
Re-roll it on the thing.
Okay. 11, 17,
Okay.
20,
Okay.
6, 27, 29, 31, 33.
Okay. So
Does it work? I hope so.
you take a moment.
How does he have 33 health left?
You cast sleep. I'm reading this. Okay. What happens is this.
Oh no.
You cast sleep and the creature just looks at you like as all of these rats around you just begin like not rats but poor little squirrels begin to fall asleep.
But they're behind me.
It's a radius, it's a spell that it's a point you can see 20 feet of a point you choose within spell from ascending order.
The sphere.
So it's a sphere. So you could have cast it right in front of him. I'm gonna say the ones that because it's spread out, like the rats kind of
What if I cast it on the other side?
It's
Okay.
a hallway.
it's like because I was saying that this is becoming slowly difficult terrain as people are trying to walk through it because it's hundreds of squirrels. So I'm gonna say that like you don't put tons of them to sleep, but about 20 squirrels just pass out.
They're not damaged.
They're not dead.
Napping.
Yeah,
They're just
he's
napping.
asleep then.
And nothing
Could've been
happens to him.
No, that's the weirdest thing is that he just noticed because you're small as a squirrel, so he just like turned and looked at you
Oh,
confused.
yeah, I'm small.
Yeah, you're tiny. All right, so that's that spell.
It's only for 1 minute.
It is. It's not very long. Okay,
And they're just sleeping.
Fauna, it's your turn.
Okay, how far away is? Can I see him, or has he gone down the hall?
He started to run down the hall, so you cannot see him right
Okay. Can I get to where I can see him?
You can run 25 feet, right? 5, 10. There is a dire wolf in front of you. I'm gonna have you just just describe to me how you try to get around Rowan. She is currently a dire wolf.
I can't just run around her.
No, it's a narrow 5 feet of speed. Takes
I
up
gotta
5.
kind of I gotta jump on top of her and jump over
Okay,
her.
cool. Make an acrobatics or an athletics check.
That 20.
Not 20. All right. So describe it to me.
I'm running because I see him running, and I run and I jump and do a flip and land where I can see him.
Yeah, you just jump and flip over, seeing Vita do what she did, which was pretty cool.
And I'm making sure Vita is watching while I do it.
Vita, you see it. You're
Alright.
impressed. You're impressed. Flip, 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 flip.
Okay, and I'm gonna cast. Okay. I'm gonna cast Hold Person.
Okay, sounds good. And what save is that?
It's Wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw. Ooh. That's a 9.
Woohoo!
That works.
Yeah. So
Good job.
the target is paralyzed.
Yeah, he freezes up. Or whatever this creature is, she freezes up. Completely frozen.
Flip.
Nice. Can't move.
Let's tie him up.
Bravo. Yeah. All right, yeah. What do you guys want to do right now? Everybody else
rope. I do. I'm
is
gonna run up
currently,
and tie
yeah.
him.
You guys all have, like, Moira, Rowan, Vita, Giles, Lala, all of you guys have actions and reactions right now. So whatever you guys want to do.
I'm gonna tie him up, like get a knee in his back,
Sounds good,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna put a rope gag in so he can't bite anyone.
Okay, so as you guys take a moment just trying to recover from all this, it's kind of hard to get through all the sleeping squirrels, so you kind of have to jump around them.
I want to bite him one more time.
You want to bite him one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, you can do so.
With
Hold
advantage.
person too, I think. Double check the spell.
Don't kill him.
But
Yeah, we need him for questioning.
Yes.
I want to cripple his fighting hand.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna let you do so then.
Okay.
With an auto hit. You don't even have to hit. Just roll for
I'll just
damage.
roll for damage.
Yeah.
Nice. 13.
A 13 to hit? Yeah, that's
On
I meant
his hands?
with
So
damage.
his
With
hands-
damage,
his
excuse
hands.
me.
Yeah,
So
bang.
yeah, actually with his current HP, you crunch into his hands and his hands are like completely distorted. However, I need you to make a constitution saving throw.
It's poisonous.
You're biting him.
6.
6?
Wait, how close is she to me?
Are we all around?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are all
we're all
around.
around.
You use your full action, what I described as, because we're not in initiative order right now. You all having had movement and an ability to do one thing before he's going to attempt to break free, you can all just move together. So she's
Okay.
right by you. She's
Okay,
right by you.
add 3.
Okay.
At 3. So that would be 9. What did I say?
You said 6.
So it'd be 9.
So 9.
Yeah, with a 9, unfortunately, you
That's
become
okay.
paralyzed as your whole body freezes
Oh,
up and you can't
boy.
move for a minute. So you're just like
Oh.
frozen up. Frozen direwolf. You look really cool though. So you're both frozen. There's a whole person and they're frozen as well.
Why didn't it do that earlier? When
Do
she
what?
Bit, when she bit it earlier?
I purposefully asked the hands.
Oh, the hands.
And the hands seem to have the effect and the ability to create
Okay.
this thing. So, but you have crippled his hands, so it doesn't look like he can
And
no
what
longer
type of
do the
damage is
attack
this?
that he had.
Or this is just a paralysis.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
paralyzed just for a minute as you're just
Okay.
frozen there for a second. You can try to shake it off after a little bit, but
Okay.
we'll see what happens just in a moment. You tie him up with rope. You gag him. All right.
Yep.
With advantage, I'm assuming somebody else is helping you. Anyone else want to help Moira tie him up?
Oh,
All right, Vita, you pin him down. You like he's held up and frozen. You like you guys know you only have a finite amount of time. Lilith, you're just sitting there with the squirrels like as they're all around you. Everyone's very quizzically looking at the squirrels, but also it's not too unexpected.
Is there
As you
anything
tie-
I can do to bring him back to
it's
non-sleep?
it's 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So, two of you guys make a advantage dex check. See how well you tie the rope.
Oh boy. 13.
13. Okay. Only she got advantage with your assist. So, as you feel like you're able to get at least at around his mouth, which is the thing, and tie his hands back, what's left of his hands. He looks weak. He looks damaged. And you at least think you have him in a compromising enough position that he will work with you guys because he's clearly like in a situation. However, you guys do catch after this kind of round calling or talking or feet or something in the distance. Some sort of stirring's happening in the distance.
We need to find a place to hide and drag him with us.
Okay.
Is there a place we could see?
Are your vines still
Are
Like
you talking
a safe place?
in
I see.
intact? Like, are they still
Giles
No,
is still kind of
Yeah, I was gonna smack him, but
yeah, he's like right at the tail end of this. It would have ended after this, but you just go up and you just smack him.
Oh! 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 Oh!
What's happening? And then he like walks out of the corridor and sees all of these squirrels, and that you guys are all slowly trying to wake up, so that way they don't get in the in the situation. Other squirrels are trying to wake up other squirrels. It's a same. But yeah, you guys at least with even with your current perception checks, you can hear that there's stirring happening and there's calls and there's echoes and there's people like or things coming in this direction.
Guys, where can we hide?
We could go back to the room. I'm afraid they're gonna slaughter all of them.
I can try, but
Let's run back to the room.
Or if we go back to the room, then maybe that gives them more reason to do it. Maybe we should just keep going the way I think I know how.
okay, can I pick up the guy by like the back of the neck or something
Yeah.
so I can drag him?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
can
wanna
hold
be
him. He's
anywhere
not
near
too.
his
He's kind of large. He's medium sized, but right now with all the damage and how exhausted he is, his body's kind of gone slack. As you've tied him up and just wrapped him in his cloak and like are holding him right now. But he's resistant to this. He's trying to move.
Come on.
I don't like
Smack
being
him on the back of the head.
Rowan's back.
Well, we have to push Rowan out of here anyway.
Oh yeah, Rowan.
Because she's-
paralyzed. I forgot.
Just for well,
Is
oh
she
yeah, 'cause there's
paralyzed
people
as a
coming.
dire wolf or as Rowan?
As a direwolf
How heavy is
right
this
now.
guy?
Can I have you make a Constitution saving throw again to try to break it?
Does she still get my +3?
I have an idea.
+3.
16
16?
plus. Hang on. Trying to-
That's I can tell you that 16 actually
Okay.
breaks it. So
Okay,
after 6 seconds pass, as all you guys are panicking, you can hear them come closer. Your paralyzation fades.
Okay.
So
So before Mr. Hopkins and I left the dungeon where the tapestry was, I filled up these little water skins that I have with each of the waters. And so I want to give this guy some of the pink to shrink him, and he'll be easier to carry out.
okay. So Lilith hops off, like tells you guys, "Hey, down here!
No, okay.
Give this to the dude."
I'm gonna like pull him off my shoulder and just shove it in his mouth.
Okay, yeah. You shove what you can into
Like
his
around
mouth as much as possible from the pink liquid that
I
you
guess
have
I'm
left.
pretty. Actually, I'm tall enough. I could just walk over and put it in his.
I'm
mouth.
holding him.
Oh,
Yeah, she's holding them. So she
Is
just
the
grabs the
rope
little
gonna-
thing from you.
We need to retime up.
As you shrink him, rope does fall off.
Okay,
because
I'm
of the way
still
that
gonna
it's. But
hold
he's
him by his
tinier
feet.
now. He's about 7 inches tall, 7.5 inches tall now.
I'm gonna hold him like a snake.
And he's
so
like,
I have
or
his
one of the
head.
squirrels
He's still-
can take
He's
him.
still
he can't bite
frozen
me.
though. He's still like held frozen right now.
I'm still gonna hold his head so he can't bite me.
Okay.
Can I, like, nuzzle into my my clothing pocket and roll out Mr. Hopkins' little protective ball that we can use as a prison for him for now?
Sure. She rolls out that ball, nudges it towards
I'm
you.
in. Holding the Pokeball.
All right, sounds good. While he's still held frozen, you did you get the Pokeball officially yet?
No, not the official big one. We're saving up for it.
Oh, okay.
So which one do you have?
Did you get the
Just-
pocket?
Just a little. It's
Is
like
it
a
an
temporary
enchanted
one,
pocket,
right?
right? I
No,
don't think
you
you
have-
ever.
A pocket on
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
They've
in
been
pocket.
working. They have a 10-day to work
Okay.
on your enchanted pocket, so you haven't gotten your enchanted pocket yet.
Never mind.
But you can use what rope you have or small equipment to just tie him back up again. And I'll say it holds the same check of 13. And you guys are like like this is taking time, and the sounds are getting closer. You probably have like a second before more and more people come.
Where are we ready to?
Down the stairs.
We just you mean down the hallway that way? Because we
The way that we were going.
stairs?
The way that we were
way,
going.
this
It's
way.
a spiral.
Of Mr.
You
Hopkins.
hear they're this way, like
We're
down
going.
the thing.
We're going down the stairs the way we were going. Let's go.
Okay.
Toward them?
No,
No,
down the
no,
stairs.
all the
Not down the
squirrels.
hallway, down the
Oh,
stairs.
okay, down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
That way.
Fauna's like,
Maybe they'll look down
Um,
and
did-
don't leave him alone.
what do you guys choose to do in the hallway? Because right now there's
Have
the
the
light
squirrels
spell
woken
that you
up
had
yet?
cast. There is your spiritual weapon. There is the guardian. Like, what do you guys want to do? Because there's a lot of evidence that you have been
the
here.
Squirrels woken up yet?
Oh, yeah, all the squirrels woke
Okay,
up.
good.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend like we were here.
Some of the squirrels are trying to like defiantly stand there like as sacrificial squirrels. Like they're trying to have a noble like death for some reason.
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's
We have to leave.
So we read down. We take our spells with us,
Okay, so you are going to dissipate the spells that were evidence that you were there.
and then
Okay.
and the evidence that we were there,
Yeah.
and where the squirrels came in, I'm just gonna cast mending really fast.
Solid on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like
so it doesn't
yeah.
where they came through, so it looks like nothing happened.
good. You take a moment. You can hear the calls and the echoes. They are super close, and it sounds like a lot of people. As you're able to just mend this wall, you guys still have pass without a trace, though. Lilith, you don't. Can I have the rest of you guys roll a stealth check? Lilith, what do you want the squirrels to do? What are you gonna tell them to do? Because they follow you. Or-
Well, I'm gonna be on Mr. Hopkins' back, but I'm telling them to follow Fauna.
Sounds good.
29.
6 with advantage.
With
no,
10
advantage
without
was
trace?
10.
Oh, 16 then.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
16.
Clumsy.
28.
And can I have you make a stealth check? Just to get the squirrels that too.
21.
The squirrels rolled pretty well too. All right. Even with disadvantage. All right. So, you guys all, quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible, putting out all the spells, fixing the wall, waking up all the squirrels, wrapping this guy. Like you have beat by beat moments as Giles is also trying to help you guys and usher you down. He has to make a stealth check. Okay. So he, like in the shadows, kind of is able to usher you all, and you all just follow him. You just run down this hallway and start to make your way to the initial 2 turns that he had mentioned, which was a left and then a right. So you're running. Make a group perception check as you guys are all running.
What kind of perception is it?
You can do a ascend based one if you would like, Rowan.
Oh, it's a 7.
18.
No, it's a 1. So, 12.
11.
Got a nat 1. That's why I put my modifier on that one.
No, that one.
There you go.
8.
12 for hearing or smell.
18.
We're not very perceptive.
Okay.
She is.
So, as you guys are running and booking it down the hall with Giles, you feel like other creatures are on your feet. And you're just trying to go forward without any sort of, with almost reckless abandon into darkness, into a no light scenario. You dropped your spells. You're trying to make it so it's clear that you haven't had any sort of battle or have stirred any sort of the ground. And as you're doing this, you're running.
I want to talk to my team, but maybe you want to say something first? I want to say something to my team. What if we use the guy's body and go have a conversation with whoever's on our tail?
No. Nope. Gotta run.
Nope, just running.
So as Lilith and all the
You don't
squirrels
think they'll
stop,
want? Okay, fine.
No.
you take a moment. You don't really know what the scenario is either. You just burst in on a bunch of squirrels and are like, man, what's up? So, however, because of your perception check, what you do catch on the cusp of your vision as you're riding Mr. Hopkins into darkness, one of the hallways that you guys had entered is pretty long, and you can hear the feet still chasing after you guys. They've been running a solid 100, 200 feet, just trailing you guys as best as they can around the corner. You see, leading the pack, this white-haired looking creature with white skin. And behind him, you see 20 of these creatures with yellow eyes in black cloaks just following him. And we will end there. It's 5:30.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You know, that question about if we had other characters rolled up,
We might have to do that.
We might have to.
I'll have a better answer for you next
We
week.
might have to have a white flag and just.
We'll see what happens.
I'm just gonna compel duel everybody.
Moira's just
Fight
gonna
me.
try to last.
Just to let you guys
Say
know,
it.
I'm gonna be fireballing everyone.
Moonbeams!
So stay behind
I
me.
mean-
both use fireball
and
I'll use
Oh my
moonbeam.
God.
Next session,
Well, yeah.
it's anyone's
Come in
game.
on
We'll still be here. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And we'll be here on Sunday playing.
Say a quick prayer to Lathander for us, please.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
choices made.
Yeah, we made the wrong choice.
That was so fun.
I
Good
made
job.
a calculated choice.
Good
but
job, though.
Boy, am I bad at math.
Hardcore.
That was hardcore. I need a rest, and that's all.
The Undermountain. The Undermountain.
I
All right, you
don't
guys.
like it.
We should have had somebody win the raffle. Correct?
Yes, we did, and we congratulated
Wonderful.
them. I don't remember their username because it had a lot of letters and
That's fine.
numbers in it.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
And then do we want to just go around and say your handles or anything exciting that you're doing and just make it brief and quick, but let's do it. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you want to start.
Hi, follow me at go_Nino, Nino, and follow all of us at Girls Guts Glory on Instagram and Twitter.
We're everywhere. You can find me on Twitter, Sunny Seeley. I'm also going to be on Overlight Fridays at Geek and Sundry at 4 p.m., except not this Friday because Thanksgiving, you know? And then Tales from the Loop with Kelly DMing. It's 2 episodes. It's going to be the 21st, and it's going to be the 5th of December. It's going to be great. So if you love... Yes, if you love the Goonies, if you love anything of that era, which I bet you do, because it's all great, tune in, because it's so much fun.
They
Tales
all
from the
play
Loop is
kids
amazing.
in my hometown. It's really fun.
It's so much fun. Oh, I love Tales from
And
the Loop.
ended on such a cliffhanger,
I know!
so we'll see what happens.
Hi, I'm Erica Fermina, and you can find me everywhere at A Style Pixie, at A Style Pixie.
Hey guys, I'm Kelly at Your Wizard Kelly. I'm gonna be on Tales. I'm on Sirens on Tuesdays. I'm doing D&D in Castle next year. I do so many things. Check me out. Yay.
Yeah, same thing. Hi, Cynthia Marie. You can find me on Instagram at Cynthia__Marie. That is 2 underscores. Or on the Twitters, because I'm learning how to use these better, at Sin Dancer. I'm actually a little bit more visible on there. You can find me on Geek and Sundry's LA by Night. We're releasing some really special, cool episodes, so stay tuned. Sirens. Tuesday. That's Girasol. Yay. And then my podcast, if you guys are interested in live action role playing, I have a podcast with my fellow co-hosts Kai Norman and Ryan Omega that's released every 2 weeks on Wednesdays, Podbean. So it's called Live Action Roleplay if you want to hear it.
Hi, Kim Hidalgo at Kim Hidalgo, Hidalgo. She didn't plug it, but everyone check out Allie's movie. High Voltage.
Go
She's
see it.
amazing.
Well, you can't really go see it, but you can turn it on in your home and see it. I think it's on Amazon, iTunes, on demand, like everywhere you can stream. High Voltage. It's fun times.
And on December 1st, you can watch my fiance in Mingle All the Way on Hallmark. So, Mingle All the Way, Hallmark, on December 1st at 8 p.m. Get in your holiday spirit.
Hi, I'm Alice Gretchen. You can find me on Instagram at Alice Gretchen. That's Grec as in cat, Z as in zebra, YN as in Nancy. And on Twitter at Alice Food. Much easier.
And we actually are going to have a special episode of Girls Guts Glory soon.
Oh, on December 2nd, we'll be doing another Boys Butts Glory. So it'll be a fun one shot. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Because Erica and I are going to play some of the best characters I think we've ever made
And
in
you'll
our
see
entire
some of
life.
us playing different characters. And
We have wonderful guys that I think that we can start confirming, like Chandler Massey and JCM and Dan. So we can't wait to play with them. I've never played at the table with JCM or Dan yet, so I'm really excited. Yeah, you guys.
so keep tuning in, 3 p.m.
It's gonna be fun.
See you next week.